where passion meets action.
Hey sports fans, I am Cronky, and this is the Cronky Live Sports Talk, the podcast where we dive deep into the hottest topics, the biggest games, and the most controversial moments in sports.
Whether it's football, basketball, track and field, cricket, or soccer, we've got you covered with expert analysis, insider interviews, and unfiltered opinions.
Join me as I chat with the biggest names in sports, get exclusive insights and stories you won't hear anywhere else.
Cranky Live Sports Talk is where you can hear the real talk, the hard-hitting questions, and the hottest takes.
So, if you're a true sports fanatic, you don't want to miss out, subscribe now to the Cranky Live Sports Talk on YouTube and hit that bell icon to never miss an episode.
Cranky Live Sports Talk, where sports come alive. Subscribe today.
Good afternoon. Mike C, Christopher Wiseman, as I'm saying, Wisdom, bless up Eco Reach, I'm always messing up Jagarm's name, Jagarms, I should say, very unique name. Mr. Wallace, bless up, good afternoon. I decided to do something a little bit different today, to drop a quick preview show, and then I'll come back this evening to do a watch along. So it's 3 shows today, and then do a post game show, which is probably going to be about 11 sometime. Bless up, Lulu. Thanks for joining. I didn't do a show yesterday for different reasons. First of all, yesterday I was tired. I had an event this weekend on Saturday. Bless up, Juras. Hey, Juras, come on the event in a Juras. I don't understand the Juras. Come on the event. I thought you're going to come to the event, Juras. So I've had another thing to talk about before I jump into the preview show. First thing in the event that I had on Saturday, which I thought was really, really good. I think we had probably about close to 80 or 100 people there. It's a small event. Because the venue probably could hold about maybe just over 100. It's at, 17, 15 flat, which is a really nice event, actually. They fixed it up really good. Oh, you had a ton for work. Okay. But it went really, really well. We had a good DJ. We also had, apart from the good DJ, we had a skit, which I thought was good. And I'll play the skit here at some point when I get the video, because we did video the event. We had a one-person, I forgot what she called it, actually. So like one of those Whoopi Goldberg used to do way back when. One-person show for about, I guess, 10 minutes, portraying somebody who's not of the right mind. As we normally, when you're in Jamaica, you go by, go downtown at the market. You see them people down on it. I thought it was good, actually. And then we gave out some awards. One was to Errol Phillips, and those of you who follow football in Brooklyn or New York area maybe familiar with Errol. Errol's been a leader since he's been a young kid, actually. Sir Mike's, it was too expensive. It was $70 ticket, Sir Mike's. It was cheap. It's a worthy cause. No, it wasn't a 40s event. It was for Unisox Community Club, a football team I used to play for. That's the one you see I have the video on, my outro video. I used to play for that team way back when. We have an open team and an over 40 team. They play in leagues in Brooklyn. So we raise money every year, and then we give out awards for those who we believe are in the community that deserve such award. And Errol Phillips was there. In fact, Errol would be in Jamaica for the game today, because he went to the Nicaragua game. And when he came up, and this is how committed he is, when he came off the plane, he came almost straight to our event, actually, to be awarded. We gave him a community award because I think he is deserving of him, and had a good discussion with him. And I'm going to say one thing, which is going to get me in trouble, but something I really care. When people fly, hey, this is for some of the Jamaican players, not all the players. And it's not for the British players, or British-born Jamaican players. When people fly from far, come watching a play, I can't acknowledge them. It's all I can do. Can't acknowledge them, especially when they're in a hostile crowd. Because some of these guys with AC and Errol and all those guys, they go to almost every game, no matter where the game is. So a number of them are in Jamaica now for the game. They were in Nicaragua for the game. I met them in Dallas when we were in Dallas. They go to all the games. And it ain't cheap. Playing, hotel, whatever it entails, but they find themselves there. So some of the players, not all the players, some of the players who are locally developed players, you should acknowledge the people when they come from the game. Someone acknowledge them, which is not a good thing. If you notice when you watch games in England, no matter what the outcome is, the teams go to their away fans to show their appreciation for them being there. So I know sometimes it's hard to see the 2 people in the crowd or 5 or 10 people, which of them go, but acknowledge them. So back to the event. So we had Assemblywoman Monique Waterman who came to the event. She spoke because it's election time period. So we invite them to come speak. Actually, that's not true. They come almost every year. We invite something. Nick Perry, who Monique replaced, who is the ambassador to Jamaica, he came to the event on a regular basis. I think this is our 8th year of having it. So he would come, and he was always making the rounds. He'd come for like an hour or so and stay. So Monique, who replaced him, was there. And then Mercedes Narcisse, who's a councilwoman in Brooklyn, she was also there too, to speak about, not even about politics, actually. That's what they're doing in the community, to help the community in terms of providing resources for a number of different things. And she mentioned a lot of work they're doing at Canarsie High football field. So that was good. So it was a really good event, actually. Had a lot of fun. Crowd was good. As I said, we don't have security because we don't need security. Because we're not in those things. We're not in those things. We're there to have fun. We're there to enjoy ourselves. We don't need no security. It's that kind of event. Bless up Richard Green. Thanks for joining. All right, Mason is a Casey old boy. Do you know if you? No, I don't have that information, Richard. I don't know about that, actually. Don't know about that. So it was a really good event, actually. It was for a worthy cause, and we did really well. And the person who owns the venue, as I say, it's a 75th Flatbush Avenue, he gave us a really good discount on it. And he actually was there also with his wife. So that was really, his name is Phillips Sinclair, actually. So that was really good. And he also has an auto body shop at, I think it's 815 Remsen, called Technics. I've used it. Really good also. They helped me on when somebody was driving my vehicle and got hit. He gave me all the information and saved me a lot of trouble, actually. So good event, good weekend. So now a couple more things before I'm going to jump on before I go to the football. Actually, I'm going to play the, now many of you probably watched this like 10 times. You have to bear with me because I haven't shown it. Well, I'm going to have some comments on the press conference. And then talk about a few more things. I made a lot of comments because I was the MC for the event, right? And I did ask I did make comment on Trump, by the way. and I basically said this, some people will not like me saying this, that anybody who vote for Trump is morally bankrupt. And I truly believe that. You're morally bankrupt. Seriously. The man is despicable. I don't care. He's despicable. Next point, and I did mention to them also the need for the U.S. lawmakers, whether it's the attorney generals or whatever, because I did mention this to Narcisse and to Monique, there has to be something what they're working on to reduce or eliminate the guns which are permeating Central America and the Caribbean, which comes from the U.S. The guns, they don't make themselves. They come from the U.S. and they permeate this environment. And that's why sometimes you have people at the border running for their lives because they have to come someplace where it's safer. The guns are here. But if you can live in certain neighborhood here, you don't feel the same pressure. Like south side of Chicago and all that. Problem we have is all those guns going to Jamaica. Now it's a lot of Jamaicans or Trinidadians who are sending the guns home. But regardless, if you don't have the guns to send home, then you don't have to worry about it. Bless up Fitzroy. Thanks for joining. Bless up Sherman Scott. Appreciate you being here. What else I had on my list to talk about? I had a bunch more things, but I'm going to skip those and go into the football. I'm not going to be here long, people. Probably hour and a half. But I always say that, and it takes longer than I anticipate, actually. But I appreciate you spending time out of your day. I know some people in the U.S., it's a holiday. It's Columbus Day. I don't know how we can celebrate people who commit genocide. It's one thing to understand that a person may have done some things in the past which we thought were good, right? But then when we get more intelligent information, we realize, no, they weren't a good person. And yet we're still celebrating them, and all these hot people are giving off banks. Wall Street doesn't take holidays like this, but the banks holiday, federal holiday, state holiday is nonsense. Man committed genocide. He should not be celebrated. Sorry, not buying it. So let's jump a little bit to the football, since I'm talking football and you let me talk politics or talk other stuff, actually. So we're playing Honduras today, and I think we have. By the way, the crowd should come out this evening. The airwaves should be full of people, because I don't know, so not bandwagonists. No fun, not bandwagonists. Jamaica will win, so Africa celebrate. Africa, let's hope them win this evening, because now I take it well, especially playing at home. But I do think that I like something that the coach said in the press conference. My head a glisten. I'm in a bar, man. If it glisten, you know, you should say me. If it glisten, we can't even hold it up. If it glisten. Man, I just throw me off, star. I'm going to talk about again. I have my list here. I'm going through my list of things. I had like 20 some things on the list, but I'm not going to talk about half of them, actually, because I know some of them are getting impatient. But I did like something that the coach says. I don't play the press conference. You know what? I probably will play now, and we can go over it, because there's some talking points there. And I know what did Lulu say? Monday plus night, choose, so the crowd might not be as big. Now, hey, people, listen to this. We play Nicaragua on a Thursday, right? I know some people are going to say, well, Friday's the next day and people get off. They turn out. I understand that, Lulu, and people have school to go and they have work to go to. But the game is about 8 o'clock, finish by 10, get home by 11. You can't do that one. There's no excuse. Now, it's difficult for people coming from like Montego Bay. It's a much more difficult thing to accomplish to get to the game. And then either drive back home or stay over. And some of them road at Jamaica and them dark, can't even see a hand, much less go see road. But I think people still go to the game. One was using in his head, just started the ball walk off. I don't use anything on my head, no, people. I don't use anything on my head. I shave it. I shave twice a day, actually. I shave my head twice a day. Because it seems like when you get more seasoned, the hair grow back faster. But no, I don't have anything. I'm not sure why it's glistening, actually. So let me touch upon a few things, actually. People, I told myself I was going to say anything about this today, but I am going to say it. I don't like the likes in the likes. If I don't like the likes, likes are not impressing me. But anyway, let me go to the press conference and we can talk about it. All right, and tell me if you guys can hear this, because sometimes I play these things and you can't hear it.
Tomorrow, and the other matches in our group will take place simultaneously. Cuba against Trinidad and Tobago, and Nicaragua against French Guyana. All games 8 o'clock Jamaica time tomorrow. Before we open the floor for questions, let me introduce those that we have at our head table. To my immediate right, head coach of Jamaica's senior men's national team, Coach Steve McLaren, and to his right, Demarai Gray. Before we open for questions, I just wanted to point out from Demarai Gray's standpoint, his home debut was a year ago against the same opposition that we'll have tomorrow. So just a few remarks from Dimmy in relation to 1 year since his home debut and about 18 months as an international for Jamaica. Just your reactions to that, Dimmy, and settling into the national setup right now. Your thoughts about that?
Yeah, it's gone quickly, very quickly. But since I joined the national team, the Gold Cup until now, been nothing but joy. I've enjoyed it very much. Had some good moments, and one thing I'd say is a big standout is just progress and development that is constantly happening, and we've had lots of change throughout my time. It's all been positive change, and like I said, I'm happy to be a part of this group, and obviously focused on this competition and tomorrow's game, but looking very much forward to the future as well, because I think the future is very, very bright.
Thanks very much, Dimmy. So now we can be able to open the floor for questions. Please raise your hand, indicate, and let us know if your question is towards Coach McLaren or to Demarai Gray. So who would like to begin this afternoon? All right, do you want to kick us off?
All right, Edivision TV. Coach, you played Nicaragua, good game. What were some of the differences you've seen playing against Nicaragua and Honduras?
Well, one, we played on artificial surface, which was so different. Yeah, we really enjoyed the trip in the end to Honduras. Good facilities, nice field to play on, and a very tough opponent. Was not easy, but the resilience the players showed on that night was tremendous. To go a goal up, concede a minute later, but then to get the winning goal and then to defend for our lives to get the 3 points. It was, I would say there was quite a bit of pressure on the players and the staff and management at that time to win the game, and we did. But we know how tough it is against Honduras, so tomorrow's game will not be easy.
Follow-up to that, Eddie?
Question for Dimi. New coach, you guys seem to be adapting well to the tactics and so on, but what were some of the major differences between Coach Mac and the previous coach?
I think every coach has their different ways and styles, and not us as players, we don't select our coach, so we almost have to adapt to whatever coach we have and the environment that's created. But since the coach has come in now, the main and one of the most important things is just having a positive environment, and having that relationship with all the staff. And yeah, it's also a culture change for the coach as well, and I think the coach has adapted very well. All the boys are on side, all the boys are happy, and like I said, I enjoy coming to these camps because it's a great place to be, a great environment to be, and you're representing your country. So that's the off-the-pitch stuff. I think the on-field stuff is it's nothing too complicated. It's just the basic things and being disciplined in our shape. And we have a lot of creative players in the team to make the difference up top. So once you build a good core and foundation, and the way the coach wants us to play and the style he wants to implement, it's you feel quite free when you're playing. And so far we've been successful. And as you said, tomorrow's going to be a difficult game, and we're a very confident group. And yeah, I think tomorrow we can get the points as long as we do things properly.
So as we go through this, I'm going to stop the video and comment on some of the questions and the response. I think Damari Gray could be a politician. Please hit the like button. What was his answer to the question, people? The question was, what's the difference between the coaches, right? What was his answer? I think his answer was brilliant. He answered the question. He told you what this coach is requesting and what he requires. He did nothing about the comparison. He didn't say, bless our first, he didn't say, well, Algrimson does A and McLaren does B or XYZ. What he talked about was what this coach requires, right? Because you actually have to try to stay away from some of those questions, in terms of answering it. And it's really, and it's like a politician. That's what politicians do, right? You ask them how hot it is, and they tell you, well, we have to fly X, Y, Z and do Y. But they do it in a way where it's not offensive, but at the same time, unless you listen really well and think through what the question entailed, he didn't really answer the question. He told you what this coach requires, which is what they now have to focus on.
All right, good afternoon, Coach. Here from Knockings TV, Jordan Woodfine. You made a brave decision on including Tariq McGee back into the squad. I want to know what you think of his performance last match, and should we look on any other players that you're going to reintroduce back into the fold?
We're always looking, we're always searching. And as I say, it's only our second camp. The first one was, more or less, we picked the same squad that was for Copa. And then in the meantime, we've had a look around. We're searching the world for good players. Quite a few playing in the US, not in MLS, but USL. So we had a look at that. We've got Merrick, who knows every player for the last 10 years, youth players coming through. So that's a help. And maybe we're looking for a different type of player. And like we said, all the players who come into the squad, you've got a great opportunity. The key thing is that they stay in the room. That means they train well, perform well when called upon, play well, be successful, keep fit, keep playing well for their club, and you get an opportunity. So I'm delighted the way that it's gone. Ooh, believe you me, we're still miles away from where it should be and what I want it to be. But I think, as Dimmy said, the understanding of the players has been tremendous. The spirit is the resilience. You can see it on the field. They have bad spells, but they get through it with fight and spirit. And then they've got the quality, I think. Why we won in Honduras, why we won in Nicaragua was we defended one box really well, and the other box we had quality to score.
All right.
So I'm gonna ask you guys a question. You heard what you just said. What should have been the follow-up question? I'm gonna have you guys take a second to think about that. Remember what he just said, what he's looking for. He has something differentiating. We're miles from where we need to be. I need to understand. I need to know what should be the follow-up question when he just said what he said. By the way, we have 83 watching and we have 43 likes. That cannot be right. I know I don't see too well, so maybe it's me because I'm looking at my iPad at the numbers and they're not flashing well. So I'm curious, people. What should have been to me? There should have been a follow-up question based on what he says, because I think what happened here's what happens sometimes, people. I think reporters go to press conferences and they have predetermined questions they want to ask, and that's fine. In fact, you should have 10, 15, 20 questions, even if you get me one or two. Critical, cranky. You can call it what you want. But you have to react to the situation. What's impressive in his environment is how when you can be impromptu in your reaction versus just being asking pre-prescribed questions. So here's my view on this. I'm going to go back, people, because I think this is important. I think you guys must have missed this. Let me see if I can find it.
The key thing is that they stay in the room. That means they...
Wait, I'm going to go back, people. I think this is important.
The same squad that was for Copa. And then in the meantime, we've had a look around. We're searching the world for...
By the way, I think I'm going to like this manager. But I'm going to beat him also because he does things. He's not beat. I'm going to have fun with him. Let me put it that way. Let me rephrase that. I'm going to have fun with him.
Good players. Quite a few playing in the US. Not in MLS, but USL. So we had a look at that. We've got Merrick, who knows every player for the last 10 years. Youth players coming through. So that's a help. And maybe we're looking for a different type of player. And like we said, all the players who come into the squad, you've got a great opportunity. The key thing is that they stay in the room. That means they train well, perform well when called upon, play well, be successful, keep fit, keep playing well for their club, and you get an opportunity. So I'm delighted the way that it's gone. Ooh, believe you me, we're still miles away from where it should be and what I want it to be. But I think, as Dimmy said, the understanding of the players has been tremendous. The spirit is the resilience. You can see it on the field. They have bad spells, but they get through it with fight and spirit. And then they've got the quality, I think. Why we won in Honduras, why we won in Nicaragua was we defended one box really well, and the other box we had quality to score.
All right, coach. One more question before.
So I don't see Sir Mac is a good manager. Look, cool people. You guys haven't responded to me now. I asked what follow-up question would you ask? And I'm gonna ask my follow-up question, which is why do I only have 59 likes? So people, let me just say this. The coach says, first of all, he's looking for someone with differentiating quality, and I think he's finding someone like McGee. The coach also says we are miles away. We're miles away from a team that just beat Nicaragua and Honduras in their home countries, people. And he said we're miles away. So the first question is, do you agree with him, one? And would the natural question be, coaches say you're miles away. Now, are you miles away because you need better players? Are you miles away because you want to implement your own philosophy and style of play and therefore you need to do it? Do you have the right player to do it? He opened the question. saying you're miles away. So if you're miles away, what does that mean? Is that player quality? Is that system and style of play? Is that your approach? What is the miles away he's talking about? That's a fair question. And that question was prompted by the coach. If you hear a coach come and say, we are miles away, and they're a new coach, and that coach have certain pedigree, they've worked at the highest level, they work with the best players, is it that his expectation is too high? Or is it that it's a realistic expectation, meaning, is it a system thing or is it a player thing? Someone should have asked that question. That question begs to be asked because he opted up. I've never heard a coach say, I never heard Tapa, I never heard Paul Hall, I never said Hagrimson say we're miles away. Right? Which means there's something there missing from what he's saying. Something, maybe a lot missing or key components missing, which we need to effect and put in place. Whether it's he needs better players, whether he needs more players, whether it's, you know what, the way we are playing now, I'm not happy. We can't keep the ball well. I'm a possession footballer. I don't know what exactly we're miles away on, but that's what the reporter should be doing, is picking these things up, deciphering everything he's saying. That's what you're doing, is to get intelligence, to get information, and then ask the question to get more clarity around it. If you say you're miles away, then we're like, what? You just won 2. Are we going to win the World Cup? We just won 2 games against 2 tough opponents. Did we play well in both games? I think we were lucky to win both games. We were lucky to meet both games, right? Because Honduras got a bunch of chances against us. We beat them 2-1. Blake saved us in the Honduras game. And Blake also made brilliant saves against Nicaragua. A less difficult game, I think. But it's not like we won the games easily. And we didn't really create anything from open play to score, even though one can say, well, the goal that Bobby Reed is the own goal, one could say it was a foul. So we didn't create a ton, but I'd be curious, and that's what I get frustrated with. I'd be curious to know, Coach, what are we missing? Do we need better players? Do we need more players? Is there certain positions that you're concerned about? What are you concerned about? He may not answer, but let him make the decision about how he wants to answer it. So these are not reporters. Most want viral content. Some questions are not even appropriate for press conference. Yeah, I do think some of the questions do beg the question as to why you're asking the question, right? I don't want to know about A, B, and C. And I look, coaches are trying to. This is a game in this press conferences. You watch Arteta, you watch Pep Guardiola, right? Some of them have cachet and they have pedigree, so they can be a little bit toxic in those environments. McLaren is a very approachable person. That's what I like about him. Now, you know, you're going to hear me say Merrick McLaren or whatever it is. I'm not going to call him Merrick, but I think he leveraged Merrick a lot. I think he probably should change the narrative and not say Merrick. Say, you know what, me and my coaching staff sit down and we look at it, because after a while it's on like Merrick making the decision. But from the way he speaks, I like McLaren. I like his disposition, because you want to engage somebody who's approachable. You don't want to give some coach who you just can't talk to, right? You can see him with the players. You can see him with the media. You can see him with stakeholders. You can see him with fans. He's an approachable person, right? He's not somebody who's just like, you know what? No. John Wall was an ass. Let me just say that. Did I really say that? He was an ass. Condescending ass. But he was right about that at 20. So I don't really say those things in this environment, but he just was. He was a nice person. And he probably shouldn't have been hired by the JFF. Even though they did pull him off because he showed him up with the under 20. But anyway, different story for a different day. But I do think that question is begging to be asked. And I'm surprised Ketarak didn't follow up. But Ketarak probably had these questions you want to ask anyway. But if a coach comes and says we are miles away, people, and he just won 2 big games. Yes, we didn't beat Cuba, but we haven't lost a game. You got to find out what is it that he's looking for, and maybe get you excited. For this coach to realize, you know what, we can be 10 times better. Maybe you get excited because you say, you know what? Wow, if we're miles away and we're winning, where could we be? Now, if you look at our possession stats, shots taken, chance created, they're not the greatest, but we're playing away from home, and that gets difficult. I might be too detailed. It's not detailed, R&R. It's not detailed. It is, look, these press conferences, we throw out these cookie cutter questions. You just like, okay, you know what? I'm going to play the rest of it. You guys just wasting time asking some of these questions. Some questions, I told you the last time, Ketarak, asked two very, very insightful questions, which I was very impressed on. And this is not to judge a journalist. I'm just saying what I think could have come out of this discussion, not necessarily criticizing the individual asking the questions. People have their own interest, They have the interest of the organization. They have their own interests. They have who they think the fans want, what the fans want to hear. And maybe what I'm saying is just what I want to hear. But I'd love to have gotten that question.
Before I leave, we normally keep local camps in Jamaica, a lot of local camps for the national team. Will you be implementing any local camp during your time here?
Yeah, been to I think 2 or 3 games already. Cavaliers and Mount Pleasant, and already we picked Adrian Reed from Cavaliers in the first camp. In this camp, Anguilin comes in. I watched him. I liked him, so he's got an opportunity to maybe shine. And I want to look at the league, and maybe there are players in the league who have been overlooked or who have played previously and not really got a look in. That I'm open to everything. I'm planning for World Cup 26 qualification in just under a 12 months time. So I want to get the best squad together, the best balance together, and to keep the spirit which is already there. We've seen the additions we've had. Mason Holgate, we got his clearance through in the last minutes on Thursday, and a good job, because he came on and did a great job. Latty was struggling, and he just slotted in, came in, showed his experience, and we may need him again tomorrow.
Daniel?
Hi, for Coach and Dimi, in the last international window, it was a pleasant surprise to see that many supporters at the stadium. When you think about the atmosphere in Honduras and Nicaragua, I know it's sometimes a cliche, but how important is the sort of the 12th man to have that type of support and the atmosphere to sort of boost the team?
I think it's very important. If I like going to them countries and playing away, because I like the hostile feeling about it. Kind of gives me a bit of a boost as well. But I think the stature of Jamaica itself, and I've said it before, I think just the Jamaican culture all over the world is very popular. And like I said, it's an honour to represent the country and play. But like I said, it's always something I'm always looking forward to is the stadium being full, the sellout one day. And that's for many of us, So having that atmosphere and 12th man, if you want to call it that, behind you is massively important. And I've played football long enough to know how much it can intimidate teams as well. And I think the quality we have in the team, a lot of teams are intimidated already. So with the fans backing and support, it's just an extra bonus for us.
One of our goals, the vision that I have especially, is to fill the stadium, to have a full house, and it to be what we call rocking, because with the music and everything going on around the game, it's very different from Nicaragua, it's very different from Honduras, but just as intimidating. And I think it's not about intimidation, it's about uplifting the home players. That's what a home advantage is. To lift you above the opponent, to give you extra 10-20% to deliver the result. So we need the fans. We were talking about it earlier. The worst thing is, in COVID, no fans, killed the game. Fans came back, reignites the game, and that's what we want the supporters to do tomorrow.
Yeah, and just one more. In terms of you obviously go in every game to win, knowing the position in the table. Does that affect your approach in a sense compared to when we were first here against Cuba and it felt like, we had to get that goal and get that 3 points?
We've told the team, look, we started with a disappointing draw, we should win. But we've put ourselves in a position to finish top of the group. So finish the job. That's what we say. So like the last 5 minutes, you're 1-0 up, 2-1 up. Finish the job. That's the message to the players. And to finish the job, we need to win the game. That's, for me, the most important. You play at home. You're playing in front of supporters. So you're playing for them. You're playing, and not to entertain, but to perform standards, have a good game, win, and as I say, finish the job. I'll keep repeating that.
Yes, coach, just want to find out basically your experience playing against this Honduras team before, what you expect from them come tomorrow, and just give me an idea how you plan to deal with the Honduras trip.
Yeah, I think I'd be interested in his opinion on what it was like to play against them. Wasn't very comfortable on the bench, I know that.
No, it's obviously my first game here was against them, and I think the last camp we played them, it was very difficult. They have a lot of quality. And they're quite free in the way they play. You know, they're not a team where you can say, okay, they do this and they do that. Quite free and they change a bit, and they're a physical team. So I think, you know, as a team, we're well aware of the threats they have, and that's for us to, you know, control that and maintain it. But like I said, we're aware, but we focus on what we need to do best, and I think as long as we do that, we should win the game.
I'm looking at a year ago, and when I got the job with Jamaica, that's the first game I looked at was the Honduras game. Well, it wasn't a very good game, I didn't think, and there was one bit of quality in the game.
So you hear that, people? I like a coach who. A lot of times, coaches are not always honest. Actually, sometimes they lie. Arteta lies. Pep lies. They lie sometimes. They just lie because they don't want to talk about certain things instead of just push the question away. But he basically said he didn't. The Honduras game. He's basically saying it wasn't a great game that we played. No, we won. And sometimes we can't accept that as Jamaicans because, first of all, we always pick our team to win, and second of all, even when we not play well, and YouTubers may mention it, people in the comment section beat them that for whatever reason. He's basically saying his first game I watched, we weren't that great. Honduras was the best. Honduras has been a better team over the last 2 or 3 times we played them. Even in Jamaica, they got chances and didn't put the chances away. And we came out win. We have won 6 straight against Honduras, which is interesting. I don't think we've outplayed him in 3 of those games. So I like the coach in terms of being totally transparent in this case and indicating that from what he saw, we weren't great. But we won, which is probably the most important thing. But we can't always have ugly wins against Honduras. I know people like to talk about ugly wins and pretty losses. We can't always have ugly wins. At some point, it's going to catch up to us. So we got to work to play better.
And we're looking for the same tomorrow.
Yeah. Talk about your quality, Demi. Not as hot as when you just came into the team. Mm-hmm. Still playing consistent well, though. I think you'll be able to get back in that form. I think there's a reason why there has been a small dip, not a major bit, a small dip in your form.
Yeah, I think for all attackers, especially wingers, you just get like that. You have a bit great patches and patches where you haven't scored as much, and I think it's just being resilient and trying to find that form again. And every time I get the opportunity to play, especially here, is to do what I know I can do. I've showed my quality numerous times, and my job is to create goals and score goals, and I'll go out every game with that mentality. And if I don't, even if we win, I still have that inner disappointment because it's about improving every time. But my job is to help the team, and I'm always looking to play at my highest level, and just help the team. And I'm pretty sure, let's say tomorrow, I'll bring the form back.
One more for you, coach. The passing game has been coming along well, and even in the away game we have seen it. Can we expect to see a full dominant performance tomorrow against this Honduran team?
It's very difficult because I count the amount of sessions that we've had and the information that we're given to the players. Credit that the team is where they are at the moment. I think the first message from day one was be brave, take the ball, and deal with the ball. And that is still the message now. And that's what I've been impressed with. We make mistakes. We have errors. We don't do it very well sometimes, but we're growing. We're not there yet. Honestly, we're miles away. But I'm pleased with the progress that is made. We're trying to keep it simple, but also try to build something which I think the quality of the team and the squad, they can go to the next level. And at the moment, that's what we're hoping for. We're not that comfortable at the present moment, but the key thing is we're working hard. So in possession, out of possession, if we want to press, counter press, the team is behind that and working towards that. So yeah, satisfied, but can do better.
Again, he said
One last one, coach.
Again, he said
How many questions?
Again, he said we are miles away. That seems to be a theme for him. So he has in his mind where he expects us to be or where he wants us to be. And he's saying we're far distance from that. Bless up, Milshire Walker. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, that's one last one, coach. I'm going to probably address this one because I came in late. Will we see Terry from the start tomorrow?
You'll see tomorrow.
Timo? Yes, Ed. Go ahead.
Coach, you've given Mesa Holgate his debut for Jamaica. But where do you see him playing in the future? Centre back, right back, or as a 6?
What a good question. I've seen him play right back. I've seen him play centre back. I've seen him play midfield. And I think in a squad, when we talk about balance, you have specialists. Right wing, left wing, he's a specialist. He's one-on-one, he creates, he scores. That's what he's got to do. And you have others, like we have Lati at the present moment, not playing centre-back. I've seen him playing centre-back for his club, right back for his club. And number 6, he's playing number 6 for us and doing a great job. So players, some have to be adaptable, gives them an advantage, and some have to be specialists, but then they have to deliver.
Thank you. Well, he's playing training with sports. My questions are further to Demi. I might have a question for you, Coach. First, Demari, Coach, congratulations on well-deserved 3 points in Central America. Always, don't know if you were aware of how notoriously hard it is for Jamaica to win on Central American soil. But for Demari, the first question is, for you and the other players who are new to the team, how was the environment and playing in that hostile environment of Nicaragua? How was it for you, and what did the team build on in the second half to keep you together and keep you going? We saw the missiles coming in. Go ahead.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know why. For some reason, I love atmospheres where it's a bit hostile and you get crowd are against you. You might get a bit of abuse and stuff. I kind of thrive off it. It gives me, you want to show them what's what. But I think we've got a good balance in the team. Young and more experienced, and I think with that balance, if things get difficult, I'd probably say in every game we play, we have periods where we might be under a lot of pressure and we're defending our box. And as coach said, we've done it well. People put their body on the line. So I think the balance in the team helps a lot, and having that experience in the team. So I think that's a big positive for us, because I think it's it's very easy to go under in the moments, but so far we've kept the ball out the net and put our bodies on the line. And I think when we play the types of teams we play, that's always going to be required. So it's kind of a basic for us, and it's how things will be.
And the second question is our home game coming up tomorrow.
Before we go further, because they talked about the atmosphere in the stadium, if AQ Errol in the chat, maybe you can call us and tell us how the atmosphere is, because you guys went to the game. Would love to hear what was in the stands for those from Jamaica who went to the game. I was informed by a friend of mine who was in the military. There's a pretty sizable Jamaican community that lives in Nicaragua, because he was there a while ago, and he called me after the show was done to inform me that he spent time in Nicaragua and that they have a decent sized community there. But Errol or AQ, I know AQ is probably in Jamaica at the game. I think Errol couldn't make it because he came to our event. But if you did, call and tell us how the atmosphere. We'd love to hear so.
There, and if you are aware, both coach and Jimmy, Simon knows for sure, that in 1997, 96 coming up to 98, we had a 50-game undefeated in what we call this the office. I'm asking, are you aware of it? Coach, are you and the boys and the players ready to continue to build on that so that we get to another 50 or 100 games undefeated and get this back to be in the office? And at the same time, as I end my question, to call to the fans to fill the stadium up as we used to, as we play our role as the 12th man. Tell us about the unbeaten record going forward. What are your plans and the feelings on it?
It's difficult to do that again. It's very difficult at this level. And you're right, the office. We always say home stadium. It's our home. Nobody comes in here and takes our home away. Same with the office. So we have to put a run together. I don't know the record of home games.
49 games.
At the moment.
Oh, right now, at home, 3 unbeaten at home.
3 unbeaten at home. So we've got a long way to go before we get to 49, 50. For me, to win the next one is the most important.
Yes, like what Coach said, it's a long distance to get to that number, but obviously that's an amazing record. But we can only look at game after game, because each game is very difficult. And I think the more we progress, the more difficult the opponent. So there's always going to be a challenge here, but as Coach said, this is our home regardless. And anytime we play, especially here, the job is always to win. So if we get there, it'll be amazing.
Joshua Angley has been added to the squad. Could you tell us, Coach, what you have seen in that player, based in the domestic JPL League for Mount Pleasant? What have you seen in Joshua Angley that caught your eye?
I watched a couple of games before the camp, Cavaliers, and against Arnott Gardens, and then I nipped over to see the second half of Mount Pleasant, and he really impressed me. I think he's the number 6. You have to be able to deal with the ball, and that's what I saw. He could deal with the ball. And he was quite aggressive as well. So I remember saying to Merrick, I like this player. And we had an opportunity with Damien Lowe being suspended that we could bring one in, and I said to him, "This is your opportunity. And got a couple of days training, and you're on the bench. Who knows? We might need you, so be ready and impact." So as I said, the squad is not closed. It's not for definite. There are opportunities for local players, and what I've seen already in the games, there's some quality. There's some quality, and there's some quality also in the US, in the UK, and around the world. Playing in Turkey, playing in Norway. We found Norman Campbell. So we're always searching, because I think with that vision of 2026, we're building towards a good squad. So already Mason Holgate from the UK, and Norman Campbell, to name a few. We've had a few coming in.
All right, Garfield.
Coach, what's the injury status of the squad coming off playing on that artificial surface? I know it may be rough on the ankles and the knees on some of the players. I saw some wrapped up in ice after the game. What's the status of the players going into the game tomorrow?
Yeah, we got a reaction from Antonio, just in training. We got a reaction from a few players, so we have some limping about, ice on the shins, back sore, but the medical team have done a great job. Rubbed them to death. Got the stiffness out, I hope, and we should have a fit squad to pick from.
In terms of the team that was selected for the game on Thursday, I know you may have selected some based on the surface that we're playing with. Do we go back to the team that you originally had in mind coming tomorrow now that we're back?
I got to say that was the team I had in mind. Doesn't matter the surface, they were the team that I definitely had in mind. Okay, with Mikel dropping out was different, and substitutions, but that was the team I thought. That's the team to start, and I have one for tomorrow, and you'll find out tomorrow.
Any other questions?
Yes, coach.
Another one.
Dixon, coach. I haven't seen much of Kyle Dixon since and he was one of our brightest. Kyle Dixon.
Yeah.
We haven't seen much of him since we have taken over, and he was one of the brightest prior to you coming in. Any thoughts on Kyle Dixon? We haven't seen much of him.
No, I love Kahi. And the best thing he did was to go to the UK. His good club, Charlton. I know it well. And he had a funny summer. I think he didn't train. He was involved in Copa, and then had the rest. Then everything, and then Charlton, the move. That took a while to get a visa, so he's not training with the group. So I don't think he trained with the group until 2 days before the start of the season. He's not played many games. He has to settle down in his environment, which is difficult. But I love Kai. He will develop and grow. So whereas the progress was like that, it's plateaued. But his next stage will be good. So that's what we're looking forward to.
Any other further questions? David?
Coach, King from Ballpree TV. Sorry to ask you a personal question about an individual player, but are you surprised at the quality of Tyreek McGee and seeing you playing him on the right? Where do you see him playing going forward? Where is his best position in your opinion?
Yeah, he didn't do bad on the right. It was okay. He's a player who, same, like the specialist player. They win your football matches. You expect him to win the football match tomorrow. Tyreek's another one, so they're special. And that's what I saw from Tyreek, from the clips when I first saw him. He could deal with the ball, handle the ball, he was creative, he kept it. The three things I said right at the beginning of the interview, that's the kind of player that we're looking for. Handle the ball, deal with the ball, want the ball, and brave to do it in hostile atmospheres. So, it was, he came out with a big plus.
Any other questions? Our members of the media, as per Concacaf regulations,
All right, we're not for you on Concacaf regulation. The coach is Mike, and I coach Mike. Tell the truth. I write thing you say big deal. Man say one people can play football. So the man say, and one people who not afraid for the football, who can handle the football. And I think Maggie did himself no disservice by how he played. The coach seemed to go back and forth with Maggie though. He said he did all right and okay on the right, but then he was more laudatory in his comments subsequently. So still trying to figure out where he is in McGee. I thought McGee played well, and deserved to start tonight. Actually, I don't know why. Somehow I touched these people. Let me take this off from the stage, remove from studio. But here's a question I have people, which I find interesting. Most of the questions from these reporters are about local players, locally based players. Our players who are local who just move overseas. Can we just expand that? Okay, wait, what happened to DJ? Did DJ have an accident? Nobody asked about DJ. Did DJ have an accident? People, I don't know. Is he injured? Me curious, because me had a question. I said to myself, weird. Right. The questions got to be much more broader. Hey, reporters who are there, your questions have to be more broad-based, people, not too myopic in a question. I'm sorry if you are criticizing, but you have on some blinkers like a came on a spark on a day, and the question them all just chill at no one like a point to go one place. All the question them in point and I see them place. You ask about 15 questions and I see them question and ask. So if I flip it, broaden the question them, man. Broaden the question them, man. You know what? Make one person ask about every single player. Give the person a list: Kaim Dixon, Anglin, Reed, Lamar Walker, all of them, Flemings. Ask them about every question. But right now, maybe they see them question them 24/7, just repackaged in a different way. Oh no, it's a more big picture question, man. I mean, people say cranky, you're too critical, but so me see it. But anybody ask about DG. I mean, I asked about what the right back come the last time. Cooper, I can't remember his name. I always remember picking him game. The same question them recycle people. The ears are burn me. Stop. Not kill me. CM question them. Every single local player can get 19. Meran did it. If they play in the 19, then Meran never see them feel because the coach don't really know them. I think I beat the coach. I have fun with the coach. I beat the coach. The coach know the local players them. Now I criticize the coach because I think them should have watched all the game them and record all the player them and know which players what. But what I'm impressed with the coach, West Harding. Thanks, Lulu. West Harding. Nobody asked about West Harding. Nobody asked about DJ. I'm here about a pure local, what is the local player? No, I do agree that the coach probably should spend some time in Jamaica, right? I do agree with that. I think there's a lot to be leveraged there that he can provide that can help the country and can help the team. But why am I telling you, Star? The local player question them, they get nauseous. Now, I have this. Let me bring this here. They get nauseous, I tell you the truth. So this is the standing people. Let me switch to something else. Let me start making people upset with me. I criticize me too. I saw no stay now for and no one talk about local players. No. We want local players to get opportunity. We love that McGee's in the team. But all on the question can't just be a span local. Your information and what you talk about goes global. And just in the corner in Jamaica. We're not on the street corner attack. We're a global country, global organization, global platform. Please expand your remit. Anyway, here's the standing people. We don't really care about that group anyway, but today, so we'll look on it. Guatemala lead them group. Nobody not really totally did it, you know. We got Guatemala, Costa Rica, Suriname, Martinique. So nobody not really did it yet, people. Them still have something to play for in all of this. Some goal difference big. Can look on this. 5 between Guatemala and Martinique. Excuse me, but there's a lot to play for to come first and second in the group. Look at Costa Rica, who normally are perennial winners and favorites. See? Tight. In our group, we're not there yet either to come first or second. If we draw, we come first. If we draw with Honduras, we win this group. But if we lose, and we have a 4-goal difference between Nicaragua and they're playing French Guyana, you never know, right? French Guyana haven't given up a lot of goals. They've given up 4 goals against. Never give 2 difference, but it's important for us to at a minimum draw the game. Can't afford to lose it. As the coach saying, we want to win every game, and we want to come second in that group. We want to win the group. So we need to make sure we win the game. Yeah, the questions. Yeah, FIFA. I said this the other day, people. For those of you who are in the forum asking questions, apart from Cataract. So Cataract is an exception. It's important for you to spend some time thinking about your questions. And even if and bounce a question of somebody who can be critical. So they can provide a perspective as to what is it that, and you can even go on the people YouTube channel now and look questions people are asking, because nobody, I always say this, no one's at a monopoly on good questions or intellect. It's spread all over the globe. You can pick up information from different places and collate them. Or you know what? Go in on some AI and go ask them the question and give something. But just don't ask the same repetitive questions and putting us to sleep. Okay? Yeah, AI doesn't give you all the you gotta manipulate AI questions actually. So if you go for AI questions, you gotta manipulate the questions because it's gonna ask you the more what do you call cookie cutter questions, more standard questions. You gotta reposition the question to get insightful information from the coach, right? And it's hard to do in this press conference. Eddie Guna, I can't name Eddie Guna. I've said this, people. I don't bash YouTubers, all my friends on YouTube. And I become afraid that YouTubers to bash them. But now I bash them. Because it's a hard job. Hey, people, 173, 99 likes. That doesn't work, people. But the point I'm making is this, is that there's a lot of good questions that come out of these forums that we have. Then if you don't want a person with a question, then pick up some of the questions then from these forums, manage the question, position it, and ask the question. Like I said before, when you say we're miles away, that's the best question. There's tons of questions you can ask from that. We're miles away, and we just 3 games unbeaten in your tenure. You won 2 games, 2 away from homes. Okay, this man has great expectation. Now let's dig into it and figure out why we're miles away. Bless up Turkey, right? So even Hey Siri, yeah, ego. Even Hey Siri. Hey Siri, what question should we ask Steve Coach McLaren at the Jamaica football press conference? Siri, can you hear me? Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Don't tell me if you go to Akaba.com. May I ask you, Siri? We know what you're talking about. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Good afternoon. Like my Siri, dumb and deaf. Hey Siri, that's no answer.
You have no new messages.
I didn't ask you about message Siri. I said, give me a questions to ask at the Jamaica press conference, football press conference of Coach Steve McLaren. Let me have a question. Hey Siri, can you provide a question I should ask Reggae Boys coach Steve McLaren at the press conference before the game against Honduras? Uh-oh. You know what Siri thought I said? I should be reminded of asking a question. I don't want to be Siri. Hey Siri. Yeah, I'm phone with Siri. Sorry, people. Please provide me with a question that I should ask Reggae Boys coach Steve McLaren at the upcoming press conference in about tonight's game against Honduras.
I found some web results. I can show them if you ask again from your iPhone.
Okay, show me on my iPhone, Siri. Hey Siri, show me on my iPhone.
Sorry, I can't help you with that here.
I'm sorry, people. I have like 4 devices here that have Siri on it, so you should then tell me the whole thing. You know what I do? We have some fun, people. Perplexity. They give you standard. I'm sure it's going to be standard question, though. Provide questions I should ask coach. You know what? Mr. Reggae Boys coach. Steve McLaren regarding his tenure as coach for the boys and the upcoming game against Honduras. Now bear with me. See what I come up with. Okay, let's see what Perplex to come up with. Anything good. How would you describe your overall experience so far as the head coach of the Reggae Boys? And what have been your biggest challenge and achievement since taking on the role? It's a decent question. Halfway decent. Better than the ones I heard. What specific strategies or changes have you implemented to build on the foundation laid by your predecessor? Not terrible. Can you share your thoughts on the current team dynamics and how you plan to foster a strong team spirit? That's a throwaway question. Perplexity, you can do better than that. What are your expectations for the upcoming match against Honduras? And how would you have prepared the team for this challenge? Halfway decent. Are there any particular strengths or weaknesses in the Honduran team that you are focusing on in your game plan? That question was asked. How do you plan to address any tactical adjustments needed during the match, especially considering any surprises Honduras might represent? Halfway decent. And these are in categories, people. So it talks about, I won't go through all of this, general tenure and team development, upcoming games against Honduras, player management and development, vision and future goals. What are your long-term goals for the Reggae Boys, particularly with regards to the World Cup? How do you plan to enhance Jamaica's football infrastructure and resources? Is a part-time coach. You know, I do that. But it's a good question. What message would you like to send to Jamaica fans the Honduran game? So they're general questions. They're not a general question. You have to then take them and tinker with them. Seriously, I'm saying many things. Yeah, I say a lot of things. I say. but I think people go on Perplexity. It's on the web. It's an AI site. They have a paid version and they have a free version. Go get the questions from there. Stop asking about no local player, no local team 24/7. Because all I know I see him question 10 different times. Stop do that. Make one person ask it. You know what I do? I'm going to share or not ask the question them and focus on different category. Right? Whether it's team management, whether it's the game coming up, whether it's strategy. I'm going to talk amongst myself. Because I'm not asking to see him and not make it look good. I'm not care if I don't want vex, not make it look good. Because when I ask in the public domain, and I make it look good. Okay, I go on Perplexity, then go get question. I go on chat or whatever it is. Get some question, and then take the question and tinker with them. Maybe make it more specific for the facts and situation and circumstances. All right. Where do you say Jamaica is standing? Yeah, here's a question. You can elaborate on the question, Kyle, which is this. He said we are far away. Is that far away in terms of where he wants us to be, or far away versus the top teams in Concacaf, for example? Right? And if we are far away for either of those, what is it that he needs to get there? And can we get there? Does he think that we have the players, or do we have to supplement those players? What is he looking for? Because I know people say they see a style of play and system of play. I don't see one, but that's just me. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they are questioning there, Christopher, we can ask. So I do think that we gotta do better. The people who are asking the questions in that forum, you gotta go revisit how you're asking the question. I'm sorry. I'm gonna call you out. I'm not calling any names. A Division 1 get me in that trouble, so I can't get beaten. I'm beating A Division. Yeah, exactly, Carl. We need to know. Look, to me, that's encouraging, right? Because if we're winning against these teams, and he still say we're far away, then I'm curious to what his vision entails. Where does he see us? And he's honest on certain things. And you notice people. I guess you guys didn't realize this. He called out Amari Gray about 3 times in that press conference. Right? He called out Amari Gray about 3 times. He talked about something special, which Amari did against Honduras first time. But he called him out about 3 times. Like, we're looking for you to provide something special. Yeah, bro, man, they do. They're not putting the work, bro, man. Not putting the work. You're putting the work, people. Anything you do in life, so Mr. Complain about likes, you're putting the work, people. If you spend time and challenge yourself and challenge what you do and how you're doing and how you want to do it and does it make sense? And you just want to win, so we should be mindful, however, they could be napping. Yes, here's one of my biggest critics. Good evening. It's afternoon at 3 o'clock. When does evening start?
After 5 or so.
If you say so, go ahead. What do you have to say, sir?
Yeah, 2 things or 3 things, right?
2 things or 3 things. It can't be both, you know.
Firstly, the questions, right? I think the journalists might find. I think journalists find themselves in a unique position as well as the coach, in the sense that I think due to the environment of Jamaica, frankly, the questions will not be as hard hitting as we want. Because I was listening to Haldrums recently, and in Ireland, like him saying, like he never really faced this much pressure before in terms of like questions or things that are being asked of him.
Wait, hold up. Hey, people. Hey, wait, hold up. Can you repeat? I mean, you know what? We need to get that video and play it. Hey, JFF. I don't know if you hear this. I haven't heard it, but hey, 50, we need to get it and send it to me. JFF, may I talk to you? Okay, what are we critical and how we this and with that? So you say the questions are so arguments to run at the fire.
Yeah, so in this case, I've never like really book up on like this and that. I was thinking to myself, well, yeah, the good in Jamaica then, you know what I'm saying? Because people did ask questions and stuff, but obviously it didn't phase him compared to what he's facing in Ireland right now and where they want to get to with their football, right? So,
and by the way, they're not good. We just said they're not good. But go ahead, keep going.
Who, Ireland?
Yeah, they're not good enough given the region where they are. They're not good enough. They're not good enough to make. It depends on what zone they get into, what group they get into. But right now, they don't have enough good players to do really well in that region. But keep going.
Yeah. So with that being said, I think with Jamaica, like the atmosphere is unique in the sense that I don't think people will tend to ask like the hard hitting questions that you might ask or some other people in the chat. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think for Steve McLaren, he'll get off on a lot of things because we just don't have that footballing culture compared to other countries who week in, week out, they'll always put pressure on the manager, even when there's nothing to put pressure on, right? Now, in terms of that being said, secondly, I think personally for me, Kanki, I've just reached to the point where I think I'll just have to accept that Steve McLaren is only here to improve us in the region until his tenure is up, as well as to qualify us for the 2026 World Cup. You know what I'm saying? Because based on certain things that I'm seeing, I don't think Steve McLaren will do anything like much more in terms of the development of the football. You know what I'm saying? I think most of it has to be done on the JFF side, right? In terms of like the youth programs and these type of things, right? As well as infrastructure to a certain, well, not infrastructure, but just things like coach education, grassroots level, get your coaches qualified, and then eventually the football will become better. You know, more qualified coaches you have with the education behind that, then I think over time the football will become better. But I've just accepted that he's just here to qualify us for the World Cup, and you know, in the meantime, in the Concacaf region, you know, hopefully we can be better when we face like the United States, etc. You know what I'm saying?
I think, you know, if you heard Rudolph Speed speak, I think he basically says that's the coach's. I think initially when they hired Algrimson, he had a larger remit, and I think they've narrowed down the remit or the requirement to be just qualifying for the World Cup, right? Which then, because McLaren did say, and Speed did say that they worked together during COVID on the talent development program, right? That's how McLaren always saying that there's talent in the island, XYZ, even though I've always given him a hard time, so I don't know how he knows that over Zoom. But anyway, but the fact of the matter is, I think his remit is just the World Cup qualification. But I think he has a view as to what he needs and what it needs to be. The question is, does he have the players to achieve his objective and to play the way he wants to play? I think he's basically saying we need to possess the ball better and create more moments in the game to give us a chance to win.
Yeah, which I agree with. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing for Mr. Sweet to say something, but it's the next thing when it comes to the coach. You know, yeah, you might have multiple things on the mandate to accomplish, but which one is the priority? You know what I'm saying? Getting us to the World Cup would be the main priority. I don't think for some of the other things, I don't think the coach really cares for that to the extent that he cares for getting us to the World Cup and making the team even better, because he did state that, you know, we're a million miles away from where we want to be. And I think he's talking more on the football side in the senior team rather than other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I put it to you last week that my main concern is not so much the 2026 World Cup, is what we will do after that, in the sense that more than likely he'll not be here because it doesn't seem like a long-term hire, right? And yes, FIFA might put in more. They will expand the World Cup in terms of like the amount of teams, but still you have to qualify. It doesn't mean that, oh, it's still like an easy road. You know, you still have to go up against the United States, etc., etc. So where will the football program be after 2026 when we're on the brink of trying to qualify for the 2030 World Cup? Because, you know, we have to consider that every other country by then will also be improving, seeing that the World Cup will be expanded. So teams will never make it before, or, you know, teams will not make it on a regular basis. They're going to try their best to even make it then, seeing that there will be extra spots. You know what I'm saying? And with an aging squad as well, you know, we really have to have the program set after 2026 in terms of trying to qualify for the World Cup. And not only trying to qualify for the World Cup, but I think we also need to, as Jamaican said, you know, you dance here before you dance abroad. You also need to improve in the Concacaf region as well. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my couple points.
No, and I agree with your points, actually. The coach's mandate has been set in terms of what he needs to do. He knows what his mandate is. Look, it's a big thing on his resume. Even though he's a more seasoned coach or senior, this could be his last gig, but everybody wants to manage a team at the World Cup. He didn't get England there. So I'm sure for him, this is almost like a sense of redemption in some respects, because not everybody gets an opportunity to get a team which has the ability, if groomed right, if he gets in the right players, to get to the World Cup. So, yeah, looking forward to his tenure, actually.
Yeah, and I'm going to touch on a local thing, but local thing I know kind of too sensitive right now, you know?
Yeah.
I don't get no beatness too, so
Yeah.
that makes sense.
All
But
right. So,
next time still.
yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Cool. That was 433, 50-50. Kishan. Enough name. Enough name. What are you saying, Conrad? Because I talked about benching Antonio at one point. So what are you saying? When he had 0 goals in 8 tries, I had no problem. I don't know why Andrew calling me on his phone. Let me text him. No, I'm actually online. I hope you can join me this evening. But no, and Conrad, let me know if you talk about it, because I have no problem calling on players and people. Me no passion on people. If it now play well, me put it on the bench. Me even put an empty spot on the field if it now play well. Me no, say me say Dixon probably should have going for Antonio because Antonio didn't play well. Now score, now set up my body. 8 games in a row. You can't win games by just being a good name and a good baller, you know. You win games by the field. Try something different. Something okay, what I want to say. Yes, we know him scored the last game, and yes, he might play better, but I'm not afraid to call out people. Call out people. Now I get a coach in a job. I can't know what I say. Coach have him job already. Yeah, but that's the problem you have with Conrad. Somebody has to be better than you to be playing better than you now. Let me repeat that. Somebody has to be better than you to play better than you. You could be overall a better footballer, but if you're not playing well, if you're not scoring, hey, sit up on the bench and watch. Maybe motivate you. All right? Yeah, I don't care what you get picked in. I'm trying to explain. You guys are missing the point, you know. Hey, let me tell you something. If DeMar Green start play better, even if you go sit up on the bench though, I give me no scoring, I know. Let me tell you something, Conrad. We're not afraid to call out people. We don't have no partiality in every game. No, this woman is insanity, Claudine. Me put the best thing. No insanity. DeMar Green, hey, if DeMar Green who soak on the field enough, me tell you, DeMar is soak when they get the ball. If him not play better, him go sit up on the bench though. We don't understand people, you know. Greenwood bench. We don't have Greenwood doesn't play for Jamaica. When Greenwood come play for Jamaica, we can't talk about Greenwood. Greenwood is not a Jamaica player. We can't talk about who is not here, people. So here's the question for the people. So when I say certain people can't bench, and I say people can't bench because we don't have competition. That's what I talk about now. We need competition for places. So if we get in Greenwood and we have Bailey and we have Greer and only 2 spots open, somebody have to sit up on the bench, you know. Somebody have to sit up on the bench. It ain't Greenwood. Somebody understand or no? Oh, no, I thought. Somebody have to sit up on the bench, people. Well, certain people can't bench. If you're not playing no football, you're center forward, you're not scoring a goal. If you're in France with Giroud, where you have Mbappe and them and they score regular, we're not scoring enough goal from one player now. Let's go back to the game we just played. We played Cuba, 0-0 draw. We played Honduras. We scored 2 goals. One was a penalty and one was an own goal. We scored 2 goals against Nicaragua. One was a set piece and one was an own goal. Really? I don't answer the big picture now. I blame, of course, cranky and say cranky this and that. I don't answer the big picture. All right? I don't answer the big picture. No, because he wasn't. I only bench people who were not producing in the given area. Hey, people, I can show you something. You know something? This is something. I'll pull up something. Because I'm not thinking no one at that. Why I'm gonna go and I say why cranky I want done, you know. So not treat me now. I'll pull down this. I'm not going to say me want done. I want to pull up something, people. Me want to pull up something. We should cloud in something. First of all, the game against Honduras, Lowe was our best player. Me don't want to defend Lowe, because me not defend nobody. Me call out Lowe. I'm not hypocrite now. Because when me call out Lowe, me get cussed by people. Or when me not call out Lowe, me get cussed by people. Me can't win. See what I say? So I am the one who put up that lower average, a yellow card every 3 games, and then me see people like Football Guru, so me love criticize. I mean do this. I mean never criticize me. I point out facts. Right? So everybody, if me say load XYZ have too much yellow card, me get cussed. If me say low in any team, me get cussed. Me can't help it. So me take the cussing. But me I say this. Against Honduras, if Deman Lowe make no long pass, Deman Lowe have a good game. Deman Lowe was 27 of 28 against Honduras in the first half, where we struggle a little bit. Enough tackle, enough block. So we don't want to talk about 27 of 28. And the one thing when he miss one is a long pass. I was trying long pass him can't do. And TikTok always come say what I'm saying. I mean, hey TikTok, I wish story just come from under TikTok. Where's story just come from under? Because you just pop up and you're a football guru. So just on the year JFF. I mean just mention JFF and you pop up. I mean, they said about JFF doing a pop up. If you mention JFF people, football guru and TikTok just come out of nowhere. You ever watch them Star Trek where you press your button on your chest and the man disappear? So TikTok guru and football guru stay on TikTok. If JFF ever get mentioned, then fine you. We have radar. But let me say this. Against Honduras, Damian Lowe was brilliant, actually, in the first half before he got injured. All right? You know what? I have to do this. I'm sorry. No, I put up the wrong game. That's today's game. You pull up the game, people. We don't need some education, especially Claudine. We need some education, star. What was it? Was the last window? Beat them 2-1. I go to the last window. I mean, go do some of that stuff today. I'm not do it. I'll try carry it on. Cause I think reality check need to hit some people sometime. Cause I'm not fear sometimes. I'm not fear at all. I'll pull this up. I'm not fear. What's showing something? Even I think he play great the other day. And I heard him talking about. So here's Damian Lowe stats against Honduras the last game. Now first half, touched the ball 36 times. His passing accuracy, and they weren't all 5-yard pass people. Okay, so I'm not in a 5-yard pass business. I'm not in a 5-yard pass business. I'm not real 5-yard pass. Tell me if you can see this. I try to bring it up, and it's not bring it right. Not go over. Okay, so he had 4 ground duels down. This like first half, a 2-1 game win when he come off. He had 2 interceptions, 2 block shots, 4 ground duels, one tackle, 36 touches, 96% passing accuracy. He missed 1 pass out of 28 passes in the first half. 2 of 3 long balls, because the long balls will kill him. We don't know what I'm talking about. That ain't game against Honduras, right? Game against Honduras. See me want to prove my point, people, because when I say I don't know about football, because that's not tell me now. True, not say me support this. Even though if me mention the play in an era where see negative, because me saying get too much yellow card, me get beaten too. Me get beaten for some reason. I don't know why I get beaten for them thing there. It's not deserved beating, people. It's not deserved. It's not deserved. I deserve better than to get beaten for those situations. If I might say so myself. So let me go back again. Let me go back Damian Lowe again now. I'll find Damian Lowe again because I think it's important, people. Because I think you appreciate the man sometimes. You just want to beat him because you say enough fit 1-on-1. But every coach can still playing. All right, so we'll take off this. This is Damian Lowe stats, people, against Nicaragua. 8 clearances. I'm not look for the stat, people. 8 clearances. You see it? 8. 4 interceptions. 1 block shots. 6 tackle. Get 2 dribble pass, which is not good. 1 7 of 15 ground duel. Could be better. 1 of 3 aerial duel. Last position 16 times, which is too much. This was the only part in this game. And here's what killed him. 1 of 9 long ball. If not, that stat will be 10 times better than it is. It's how much tackle the man to make. Who have 8 interception? And it's a whole game, it's a whole team thing, this, Interception 1 game, 6 tackle, 8 interception, people. That means that you turn with people 8 times. 59 touches. I don't know why not talk about sometimes. Take it out. I don't know why not talk about. Anyway, I not defend Lou. I not defend nobody. All I'm saying is this, is that I don't think Jamaica crowd are fair to Low sometimes. Is Low rash? Yes, Low is rash. Don't say that enough time. Too rash sometimes. He can't have to make the tackle all the time. He doesn't have to always make the tackle. He doesn't. Somebody can make the tackle. He can't make a midfielder make it. It's what good. If you have interception in one game, tell me which other player knows you have interception in one game. Any game for Jamaica. You know what? Let me look up pin-out number. I told him I play center half. So interception pin-out have. 1. You know what? No things I lie me, I tell. Let me take it off. I'll pull up your stats because on a face boy, cranky bias. I'm not biased to no player. I not have no friend in football. Just call like me see it. 90 minutes, 4 clearances. I think Lowe had 8. 1 block shot. I think Lowe had probably seen him. Interception 1, 3 total tackles, 4 assist ground duels, 83% passing accuracy, 5 off 10 long ball. I think Lowe was what? 1 off what? 1 off like 6 or 1 off 9 or whatever it is. So the stat, I mean, it's not like Pinnock stats is better than Lowe's. Man had 8 interception. That means you win the ball 8 times. Come on, people, man. Be fair, be fair. And Lowe, I played Premier League football and I played at a high level. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. Don't be fear, man. Don't be fear. Don't be fear. Is the overall stat good? No, the overall stat is good because in job if you defend. When you play a long ball, you know, which happens a lot of times, and stats can be mean to people sometimes, the way stats are now done nowadays. In old time football, long ball will be, you know what, you clear your area. You try to find a man deep. You don't know if the ball go to bounds or somebody win the ball. But I think look, in long ball, over the top is a problem. Not when he's trying to go from defense to forward, underground, between the lines. His ball over the top is a problem. Right? If you notice, you look at his ball, which is a problem. He can find a player like Antonio or Nicholson or anybody playing up front from defense underground. He does a good job of that. Where his problem is trying to go over the top, which then is anybody's ball. Can't defend a sub score is just a guy, some foolishness person. I saw it with my own eyes, man, and I've gotten away with it against it. Yeah, but all you guys do TikTok is focus on the negative. You not focus on the positive. I do focus on the negative. The stats are important, people. That's why nowadays, no team now playing no football without no stats. Nobody now buy no play without stats. NBA, NFL, soccer, nobody now. If you don't use stats, and you were a speed to the other day when I interviewed him about Scarborough and Cincinnati. So them have iPad, them do this and them do that. I'm not have that. That wasn't Cavaliers' problem, by the way, people. But anyway, stats are important. Your eyes telling you something, but the stats inform whether or not your eyes were telling you the right thing. And sometimes I will look on the pretty play them. We not look on the dirty play them. We not give as much here's another thing too. We not give us as much credence and credit to interception as we do to a good true pass. We go set up a goal. Right? You think about that. Because the interception has stopped you from going to score. That's what from score now. I will focus on the nice pass to get me to score. We not think about the man who stopped the ball from getting my goal. That's why I rate Blake so much. I mean, if he's a Blake a big time keeper, the most underrated keeper in our world of football. That may be an exaggeration. No, it isn't. Blake is the most underrated keeper in our world of football, to me, personally. And it's not because me being locally biased. Most underrated keeper in our world of football, to me. If he was better with his feet, if he had like a Rhea, or not even Edison, even Allison, coming with Allison with him feet. If you had Allison type feet with the ball, no, I'm not like Allison feet. I say Rhea with him feet. I'm not gonna say Ramsey, because Ramsey not good with him feet. But Blake issues is his ball handler with his feet. But him better than most of them keepers. They want to see I get enough world recognition and promotion. Better than them. Yeah, I mean, AI run people. Let me tell you something. I want to realize this. 10 years from now, AI run the world. In fact, we may not be here. AI may take over. AI run these people. Data. You look at all the company, them will get rich quick nowadays. From the days of Microsoft in the late 80s to now, we have, what's this, the AI company? You know, it starts with an N. Name is slipping me. But if you come back to Facebook or Google or even Amazon, brick and mortar company, AI and data and this a drive what them do. You think about all the companies you know who get big quick. A big old car company and company who make physical products. Them are the thing nowadays. AI run this thing. Data analytics run this thing. So if you think you translate to sport, a joke you make. Go talk to Mark Cuban who making money out of technology at Dallas and they're going to tell you how them do with AI. People that take the data and parse the data and manipulate the data, figure out, you know what? Does this player fit what I want to? Sometimes you see a player and him look like he might do enough work, like Ozil, and do no work. So run in a circle. But anyway, let me move on, people. And I get me perturbed with them thing there. And Claudine Love beat me. Claudine said, cranky bias me rate date, but me no rate Allison. He's not good as Now, Allison is a good shot stopper, but I don't think he's great with his feet. He's a good shot stopper, but he's not great with his feet. I by the way, people, I was listening to a conversation this morning on AFTV because I listen to them sometimes, especially when I'm at weekend run out. And they had a discussion about Trent Alexander-Arnold. I mean, I tell us a star. And everybody say Trent is brilliant passer, brilliant free kick specialist, can put the dollar on a dime. I mean, I want to digress from your talk about now, but let me tell you this. Your name defender. Your first job is defend. Your name forward. Your first job put the ball in the net. Now, do you need to have all the other attributes to make you a well-rounded footballer? Yes. But if you're a defender, you can't defend, you can play someplace else. Trent Alexander-Arnold is not a defender. He can't defend himself. And I had somebody who disrespected me on YouTube a long time ago, whom I haven't even communicated since then, because him get all nine I'm a Liverpool fan, him get all nine feelings. Just like Liverpool fans do, we talk about it. Because the guy from Liverpool was there this morning, all nine feelings, people. But Trent, and the problem with Trent is midfield is, people say Trent a midfielder, him still can't defend. And in today's football, midfielder, if he can't defend. You see, we ask Tyree Maggie if he run back. Because Trent is not a 10. We tell Tyree Maggie, hey, Tyree, we love your football and skinner, but my youth, we can't play 10 against 11 on defense. You know what I'm saying? Tyree can put in a shift. That Trent doesn't run back. He just run over the place and he can't defend. He have no defensive awareness. I watch Trent for years and I laugh and say, brilliant on the football, can't defend. I think TikTok is overrated. Still more people have to do. You look like you don't even understand what AI means, actually. Let me tell you something, TikTok. Maybe you don't use AI a lot. Go use AI. Go use AI a lot, TikTok. Go use AI a lot. Maybe you don't use AI a lot. You need to use it. Yes, it's built my man, TikTok. But man can actually make a TikTok for do what it want to do, which then becomes dangerous. In fact, it's already dangerous. There was people that build the owner for Chat, what's his name? Altman from ChatGPT, talking about his concerns. Because you don't want AI if it blow up the world and trigger certain things. If you use AI enough, you realize that this thing is ridiculous. So you don't know what you're talking about. AI, you're a dinosaur, AI. TikTok. You're a dinosaur. You're a dinosaur. You haven't realized how pervasive AI is. And AI is just starting up people. I used to work at a company on Wall Street who me know I use AI from like what, 2005. They had a system. I'm not going to say what the system is, that they used to do like prediction for stock and prediction for markets. That was a form of AI. AI just come around now. It just now become very pervasive. No, I'm not going to say AI bad because I use AI enough. I'm not going to say AI bad. What I say is, if AI is not used the right way, and if morality doesn't come into the concept of how we use these things, we're in trouble as a people. Big time trouble. Big time trouble. What man take a year for do AI can do it in less than 5 days. People, I want to talk about the AI thing. I think people don't know that we are a different environment we as a people, different environment. But anyway, let's talk about now. Wait, let me see. We had about 50 more minutes. By the way, people, I'm coming back this evening to do the watch along, and then I'll be back subsequent to the watch along to do a post game show. So I'll set up both streams. And by the way, people, please hit the like button. We have 194 people, 138 likes. Much more people than 194 passed through this chat. I can tell you that. So the likes need to go up, people, so other people can watch the stream. Right? So what's your prediction for this evening? You know what? I'm not asking that. So many people don't ask question. Ask question and JFA press conference, because all of our predict win. The only thing that I predict is the difference is the score line. No. If we had Jamaica, no, predict lose or draw. No. Because if somebody predict that, I want to beat them. So then if somebody even thinks that we can lose, then free if we do it. Like how Ketarak used to do. Put pressure upon you if you say, boy, what you really think. Okay, Conrad. Yeah. But no, I do think Nicaragua has a chance to win the game. Oh, Claudine, I'm so sorry to hear that. Hey, Claudine, today on holiday. Yeah, I work by a holiday, Claudine. Yeah, double pay that, Claudine. Double pay that, Can you say a genocide day today? Oh, not genocide. I'm sorry, Columbus Day. A double Peter Claudine. Hey, by the way, Claudine, I saw an article. Somebody sent me a skit where there was a New Yorker who moved. Some of you guys may have seen it. Moved to Florida and go and like say, "Why they don't know New York?" And go and say New York, a idiot place to live, and we only have one bathroom in our place and all sort of stuff. It was a funny skit and came begin with what the name of what we eat and all that. Let me tell some people of Florida, we now wash way. That's all I have to say. We now wash way. We now wash way. We don't care what the one say about we don't have sunshine, we no peanut state tax, but we now worry about no hurricane and no storm. We have hurricane and storm up here now, but we now wash way. And we have good life insurance. Red State, no holiday. Okay, holiday in New York, holiday in New York, holiday on the East Coast. I don't know what other states actually have the holiday, but Wall Street is not closed, but the banks are closed, I think, and post office and federal buildings are closed. So it's a holiday. It's a national holiday. Wall Street just greedy for money. That's why them still up. Then no one closed. And I used to work at a company where if the market doesn't close, you don't get holiday. So I never got this day off actually, which is not a good thing because everybody want to have free time. So what am I trying to pull up here? Window. So this is the squad. By the way, the squad changed actually. I haven't seen an updated squad. So Lambert came in and Anglin came in, right? 2 midfielders actually. And obviously Bernard fell out. He brought in a midfielder. And then people. That's why me get in trouble with people. Because we confuse. We confuse people. And people like TikTok and Football Guru like some have criticized, but we confuse. So Bernard is a defender. Bernard, yes, sir. So Bernard, yeah, and drop out. We brought in a midfielder, right? We brought in Lambert. Now he can't play center, but he's a midfielder. And then Low drop out, and we bring in Angles another midfielder. We don't understand the balance. But I mean, now Macy Oldgate is in, and Macy is flexible. We still not understand the balance. Yeah, just me, confused. Me not me easily confused myself. Can't say I'm confused. Very confused. Oh, TikTok. Now you're talking. No, you think I engineered TikTok? Hey, you see, when AI reaches full potential, either with a beach or in a poorhouse. One of the two with it. But there's no in between. We either at the beach or in a poorhouse. And we're not at the beach, because people that work too greedy. And all the money we make there, I go make all the money. And the rest of the people, them don't know what happen. But we'll have more revolutions and things, because it'll get worse. Now, some functions may still do well. Because I'm reading an article today about the people, this program we go all over the place, millionaire plumbers and millionaire AC persons. Because what's happening is, if you do a show up on this, I'm going to spend too much time on it, but in private equity firms, and these are firms that pool money and buy up enough things, they mean to just buy the more businesses where you originate, right? More entrepreneurial business. So let me buy, like, if you think about something like a Staples, for example, that came through private equity. Right, those type of companies. A lot of companies see come to private equity, whether it's Lucid, that go public, private equity money. Most companies see that is independent public company is rich people who get money, maybe get money from all different sources, pool their money and buy these things. Private equity was more recently buying up a lot of houses. That's why it's housing price all much up in the US, And when they buy them house, they might try to make quick dollar. They may buy something, keep it 5-7 years, then sell it. Right? That's why I'm surprised how Chelsea operate private equity money. That's more long term. But they're now buying up small HVAC companies, air conditioning companies, and plumbing companies. Because them know says a need, and them say money night people. So, and there are a lot of people in this US play. Let me say US one country people where anybody can get rich, Well, except people like me, because I don't know that work. But anyway, if you're a plumber, if you're a carpenter, if you are air conditioner repair person, you can get rich in America. So if you have a good brain and know what you do, get good customer, get rid of people for work for your cars, then people, if you're in Florida, for example, where son have burned them to death, and need people in the AC business 24/7. Don't fix AC. Money in them thing there. Our plumbing. Every house need a plumber. And the plumbing thing them makes so poor that a lot of times you need that plumber keep fixing stuff. So you can I wouldn't call it a handyman. Because people that have license. I don't call them handyman. Trade persons, I'd call them. Them do well. No, for them. I know a plumber right now. Every 2 months, the man have. This is no joke. Every 2 months, he take a vacation. He come fix up me and charge me money. I'm still having chest pains, people. But me know say him well skilled. That's why I do. But in fact, him driver. Him driver. When drive? One of them carry always a broke down. Why vehicle always broke down name? Range Rover. And him a bunch of other vehicles. But the point I'm trying to make is that them do well. So there are opportunities for people to do well. In most countries, you don't have that. In most countries, people are plumber and captain now, be millionaires. They own in one company. Here, no people own in one company. But anyway, here's the squad, people. And let's figure out what this team should be. I'd be surprised if K-Rai plays, because I got a sense a lot of people think K-Rai didn't play well. Conrad says, I would never live in Florida. I have to watch for snake. No. And I bush that, Conrad. I bush at Florida. If you live down south, if you look at Fort Lauderdale, Pembroke Pines, Miami, all the way down. If you come all the way from Point St. Lucie, come down. Are you up on the other side? No, man, you're all right. You're all right, man. You're all right. I'll get that delay, but we are further up. We don't have Fort Lauderdale area. Or Miramar area, Pembroke Pines area. So one say that. Yeah, but architect take enough school. No, you can't use architecting. You have to use the more people don't go to college who are doing more laborer type activities or more trade type activities. That's what I'm focused on. Not the people who like went to college and spend enough money to get loan and people that loan them. That were people who just get a trade and do really, really well actually. So let me see if I can pull up. Let me do a prospective team before I go. If I can get this off the screen. But Florida have too much flood things there. Florida joke. No ideas? Can't deal with the Florida thing at all. Cannot deal with the Florida thing. And I love Florida, by the way. I don't want to be in Florida. I love Florida. Used to spend a ton of time down there, but I have decided that that it is not someplace I'm going to move to again. At one point, I was thinking about moving to Florida, but that's out the window. It ain't happening again. Take Florida off of my list. I had something up in people. I don't know what I did with it. Oh, here it is. Let's see if I can bring this up. So wait, you know what? I almost contradict myself. So I put up a team, people. Let's see if my team make any sense to you. I don't know why this thing is not going further. So this is a team I put up, people. Tell me what your thoughts are on this team. Tyreek Mitchell is McGee. I couldn't find McGee in my system. Don't know why. So what your thoughts are on this team? I have a funny feeling, though, he may switch Lati and Olgate, you know. Live in New Mexico or Colorado, okay. If New York can live with their rats and Florida can live, hey, Claudine, you don't have to go lower in a Claudine. You try to go as low as possible so no one can outlaw you. You don't have to do that, Claudine. You have to go all the way at rats. What about Broadway, Claudine? Claudine, what about things like Broadway, shows? Boy, I'm going to tell you. Where is Joshua Anglin? I said starters, Lee Young. What are you talking about? You're the coach about starting Anglin. Anglin came in to replace. Anglin just came into the team. I don't think he's replacing anybody. Because Lowe was, I think Holgate replaced Lowe in a sense. Even though he was in the previous team. You know what I'm going to ask you? That must be being facetious, aren't you? That's a lie. That's a blatant. You sound like a Trump Duckland. Hey, can we see? Hey, after the hurricane, you know, I see alligator walk like in the people hosting. You know, I thought about say, hey, I'm hungry. Do you have anything to eat? Me see that. We don't have them kind of rat there. Them alligator that rat run from me. No alligator I run from nobody. See, I'm gonna try beat a friend and I try beat alligator. And you hit and miss and your hand getting there, see? Allah, say off him, man. Madness. So people, what do you think about this team? Give me a rating on this team. Come people, we have about 5-10 minutes left now. Now come back this evening though. Don't know what time yet. Me post the link. Come people, tell me what your thoughts are on this team. This is a team I'm predicting. I don't expect anything different here. Tyreek Mitchell, like I said, is here, but it's not Tyreek. It is McGee. I don't know why this thing is not showing up because it's probably black. So on the left, where you see Tyreek Mitchell, where you see Mitchell, it says a Jamaica flag there. By the way, Hogan, if you change him thing, nice system. If you change Odin, I guess system, my Jamaica now. But there should be McGee on the right here. Even though he's not a winger, but that's where he played the last game. Well, he didn't really play it. It was all over. Yes. We like our rats, actually. They're God creatures. Isn't that what they tell us, Claudine? Coming to see Christian. They're God creatures. God made them for a reason. They serve a purpose. You don't know what it is. Lati should rest McGee or Anglin in for him. People, let me tell them this. We need to win the game. We need to draw the game at least. And when Nicaragua play with, it's a difficult game. Jamaica needs its best team against Nicaragua. Trust me. We need the best team. We need to experiment. Now, if you say Lati play the center back beside Pinnock, and then Hoge play the 6, then yeah, we can live with that. I think this is the team though. So who's not there from the last team? Lowe is not there. Romario Williams, who I thought brilliantly actually is not there. Right? Those two would be out. I'm missing somebody else. Who am I missing? I think I'm missing somebody. The defense is the same for Lowe. So who did Palmer coming for? I know I'm missing somebody. McGee. I think I'm missing somebody here. No, Lati's in our best team. You know, people. You got all this to coach talk about certain people, you know. Huh? You see Lati a defense, though. You know, you see Lati play a defense. So that's why I'm asking, does Lati go in the defense? Because he said he has seen Lati play in the defense. And when someone asked him about Allgate, about even right back, center back, or midfield, he did say he likes that actually. I don't think Lambert is going to play. I thought about Lambakisa, but I have a feeling this coach is not enamored with Lambakisa. So why wouldn't he play him in the first game then? When he doesn't even know Tejan Gray. He's never seen Tejan play, see Lambakisa play. I don't think he's enamored with Lambakisa. Remember he played Greg Lee at right back, people? Which to me wasn't the greatest situation. I don't think so. I don't think he's enamored with Lambakisa. In fact, I wouldn't be shocked 2 windows from now if Anderson and Lambakisa are not in the squad. And that may sound harsh because they're young kids and I want them to develop and progress. But I'm telling you, it's going to get tougher. More people are coming in. It's going to get tougher. Because remember, we don't have Bernard. We don't have Lowe and Bernard for this game. Right? And Hoge can't play right back. Lati can't play right back. And if the savior, I'm going to call him savior, if the prodigal son, no, not the prodigal son, come can't have so much prodigal son. If the maestro, let me use that, or the other maestro, because there's 2 maestros, McGee's one. If the maestro get his act together, you know, play in Siberia, in a UAE, someplace, and get called in the team, then you know what? Because I think this coach like midfielders who can play football. He's not in prison. He's in non-playing prison. That's what he is. Well, no, we're talking about if the maestro, that's Ravel. If Ravel comes in, you can't have too much Ravel doing it. You can't have Ravel and Maggie. If you have Ravel and Maggie in a team, you have to have a strong back 6, a back 5, I should say. Which then you need a real CDM can cover enough space, and then those 2 behind those CDMs. But most coaches like to be solid first defensive before they start thinking offense. Ask England against Greece. Well, determined. I'm just telling you what I think. This is a very seasoned team, though. Lowe, Blake, Pinnock, Antonio, who are some of our more consistent players. They're not getting any younger. But I'm telling you, determined, those 2 players may struggle to get in this team at some point. When you see, because here's the thing people don't realize, the coach is very flexible, you know. He's not restricted by history. He knows what his job is. His focus on job, if Green will come in, Bailey come in, Ravel come in, Bernard come back. And number of them start off his struggle with who you're in the team, you know. And he's gonna find other players too. And I'm saying another player. And then say Louis Baker come in, because we about Louis Baker, and he didn't come in. About 6 people that you know. So you drop Lambert, you drop Anglin, you still have enough slot to fill. You still have some other people who you may not like, all get dropped. I tell you. Don't come in like when Simonis had the team. And some people start drop like flies when we start bringing the ringers them. So we'll see what happens, but it's not going to be like people think it is. It ain't going to be a situation where the same group you see now is going to be the one here for the World Cup. I think you're going to see a number of changes. Don't know how material change is going to be, but a number of changes. But Lamaki is not playing a lot of football. That's a problem. TikTok. People don't seem to realize that. He's not playing a lot of football. Did you realize how the coach answers the question about Dixon? I don't think you guys get that, you know. When I said the coach saying not ready, but what the coach is saying, you know what? He needs to get back into playing. The coach is very much focused on playing, you know. See, Hector come this last window. That's why Rabel didn't play no football. He's spending a lot of time saying people got to be informed to be picked. No, Magri wasn't average. Sorry, Claudine. Magri wasn't average. Magri wasn't average. Maggie, Claudine, I'm surprised at you. In fact, I'm going to call you. You're biased. You're biased. Because if you love Ravel, that means you love people who can handle football. Right? And if you say Maggie didn't have a good game, that is not true, Claudia. And I respect your football acumen. That is not true. He had a very good game, actually. He had a very good game. In fact, he even tried to play some defense, which is not his forte. And Nicholas will come back. Hey, Darkly, I'm telling you, people, a year from now, just like how you see DJ get cut from the squad, I don't understand. I don't think DJ the worst midfielder, frankly. I don't think, apart from Palmer, I think the midfielder may better than DJ. But DJ just get dropped. I wonder who DJ offend, because so Jamaica stay now. If you offend them, then we drop you, know. People hit the like button, hit the like button. Not for you come in, you haven't hit the like button yet. There are a number of people in that whole hierarchy who, you know, don't offend them people. You get caught. Unless your name is like even Blake at one point, the JFF, when I think about dropping now. And Haggams said, no, I'm coming to the team. So JFF not partial. Can't disrespect JFF. Let me ban you. I don't know what DJ do, but DJ, you rub the wrong people the wrong way. So Duckland says, Blake, all get Gray, Bobby, Lambert. Hey, Duckland, I don't know which Lambert thing you're eating, but Lambert, me can't see Lambert at start. Palmer, McGee, Antonio. Yeah, that's good, but how do you get Lambert in this team? Or you benching Gray? No, you have Gray in there. So Bobby, Lambert. See, I bench Lati. Lati long Lati have legs. Coaches like people who have legs. Right? Yeah, but I'm not here advocating for DJ, no. I'm just saying he's not the worst midfielder. And when he didn't play well, a lot of people didn't play well. And he's been playing for the team for a while now. So I'm a little bit surprised he hasn't been called back. That's all. I would have called DJ instead of Russell the last time. I didn't see Russell in the team. I don't see Russell in the team. A lot of people are calling for Russell. So people may think that DJ doesn't belong in the squad. It's not even the team that's in the squad, actually. Somebody sent me a list this morning, a friend of mine from England, of players who have played in the EPL who could have played for Jamaica or still can play for Jamaica. Enough of them. Enough of them. Somebody just sent me something, who is from Kyle, that talks about a lot of Jamaicans in Nicaragua. I actually didn't know that, actually, so I get educated about that. Many Jamaicans have descendants of slaves were in Nicaragua. Now, my friend was in the military. He told me he loved it in Nicaragua. I know I'm love it down there, but I'm not going to say. But he said he loved it in Nicaragua. He want to go back all the time. He push you go back down there. It's the most fun he ever have. And spent about 20-something years in the military. Love it down there. What? Oh, Claudine beat me. They beat me, but no, Claudine. Yeah. Enough of them. Man, tell me something. I have Jamaican restaurant in Nicaragua. So, and my friend told me that who went to the game last week said that they have very good nightlife actually. So they had a good time down there. We need what 4 more players we need, Bailey? I thought they said Lee and Bailey. No, I said Leroy. What 4 more players do we need? What 4 more players do we need? No, my friend told me, and he said he went with another friend. He would stay there for the longest. And he's at Jamaica. You know, Jamaican man stay. I said them stay now. One track mind. Not talk about it, but one track mind them have. But anyway, so most fun he ever have. Ever. Him down there for about 4 months and him go back for another stint. And he'll go back for a longer stint if they let him. But military wouldn't let him go down there. So Crodemai says, right now Jamaica has about 20. Hey, people, if you have not subscribed, please do so. If you have not hit the like button, please do so. It'd be appreciated. It says, right now Jamaica has about 20 solid international ballers to choose from. World Cup selection is going to cause a lot of problems. When you say international ballers, do you mean overseas-born players or players who play for Jamaica who play overseas? I got to be clarity on that, you know. Yeah, you know, Branda, I think the same thing. You know, when my brethren tell me, because my friend came to the event we had on Saturday, when he was telling me, and by the way, Errol, if you're in a chat, bless up. When he was telling me that he went to Nicaragua, I was like, "What do you mean you went to Nicaragua?" He said, "Yeah, we're down there." You guys should know this. There's a AQ who came a management program. You know, I got to bring AQ in here at some point. AQ, if you watch, call in this evening. I know you're gonna be at the game in Jamaica. You know, so Errol, I love talk on phone still, but Errol, if you can call in too. Because Errol told me that they were there with their normal crew. Because when I was in Dallas, they were there. It's a bunch of them people. Let me tell you it has to be about 30-something people. And then we all just rent 2 and 3 hosts and then just go and travel as a group. And travel everywhere Jamaica play. Then go watch them. I didn't know them get tickets because, hey, the stadium sold out, you know. You know, I should ask him. Actually, I talked to him and ask him. Or them get tickets, actually. I like flying now. I probably got them getting, but I not like flying thing. I haven't flown since I retired, since March, actually. I don't know how to go flying, I got no way. Yeah. Them phone about everything Duckland, everything Duckland. You know, a yard man, them Duckland, you know that go. You know how we like to get trouble, Duckland. So yeah, they told me they had a wonderful time. But Claudine, if he was average, that means he didn't have a good game. You're contradicting yourself, Claudine. If he was average is not good. There is excellent, there is very good, there is good, there is average, there is below average. Or some may even call it bad. That's how we view it. So maybe we have a different view about how we view that. Right? Okay, so you're saying we have 20 very good players, you're saying. That's what you're saying. I have no comment forward progress. Let's say the man saying I live down there 24/7. You know, the man think about eating, one thing them think about. So food no matter. And they say Nicaragua is a challenge environment, actually. But you know, when you're in the military and it's US military is in, you get certain luxuries and privileges, right? So yeah. Just like the people who go South Korea, for example. I've been there for a while. A lot of Jamaicans go over there too. So enough Jamaicans in the military now. Enough. Fully top. A lot of Jamaicans. So, but Claudine, you can't have it always Claudine. You can't say that he was average and then say you say he wasn't good. So McLaren going by who's playing a lot of minutes for his club. Reed doesn't play a lot for his club. Lowe hasn't played a lot between Philly and a new club. Now, that's a fair point. You know what? That's a fair point, TikTok. But I'm going to say this to you, TikTok. It's a very fair point and a very good observation. No doubt. But like human beings, a lot of us, including yours truly sometimes, but not a lot of times, coaches are hypocrites. Coaches are hypocrites, and McLaren may be no different. I didn't say he is, I say maybe no different. And here's why I said that they're hypocrites. Because they will have these policies and these things which they're saying are mandatory, like you have to be playing for our clubs, you have to play meaningful minute. but it doesn't apply to all their players. And that's every coach you can think about. They have their favorites who satisfy something they want done. So Bobby Reid, for example, hardest work on the pitch. And you got to think about the last 2 games, goals I've scored, and Bobby Reid involved. Right? Bobby Reid involved. Both goals we scored the other day was involved. It was involved in the goal that he gave to Antonio for the penalty, which some people don't really realize, but he's involved. And he works hard, and he put in a shift, and he doesn't lose the ball a ton. Coaches love those players, and they're going to make allowances for them. And you can always justify by saying, you know what? He plays in the Premier League. Right? Damian Lowe is like Blake in the team. They are fixtures. They ain't going to change. They ain't going to change. They're fixtures. And they're leaders too. So another thing to people, Bobby Reid is a leader. Lowe is a leader. Those are leaders in the team. Blake is a leader. Pinnock is a leader, but he's more of a silent leader, by example. But the vocal leaders are going to be Lowe, Blake, Antonio in some respects, and Bobby Reid. They're the seasoned players, whether they're seasoned in terms of their tenure of playing football or they're seasoned in the team. Blake has about 70 cap, Lowe have over 70 cap, Bobby Reid have what? 30-something cap? Yeah, I think he has about 35, 36 caps for an English-born player, which is a lot. Right? It's not like Blake and Lowe that grew up to the team. So those players are going to play people. Either they're not playing or they're close to playing. They are. Now, that may change as the team evolve and change, right? Like I said before, Antonio getting older, Pinnock getting older, Lowe getting older. Keepers can play until they're 50, and Blake can play until about 70. So I don't think he's going to go. But Jamal Wade is a good replacement. Doklan, stop it. Tapi, Doklan, Tapi. The only way I see Lowe coming to the team, if you brought somebody like a Lloyd Kelly, for example, right? I could see him replacing Lowe. But now the center halves we're talking about going to replace Lowe. I'm telling you, if you brought somebody like Lloyd Kelly, but I don't think Lloyd Kelly is filing for his papers, I could see him replacing Lowe, the kid who plays for Newcastle. I know he's a Jamaican parentage, but I don't think he's involved in filing for papers and all that. But he's somebody who, possibly. Before the game, I'm afraid to put a comment in Cranky Live, not all coaches are hypocrites. Good coaches treat everyone the same as human beings, as players with the different level of abilities are treated based on their abilities. That's why they're hypocrites. Because we're supposed to have an egalitarian society, right? Everybody get treated the same. But some players, it's no different from regular life. If you're even in your household sometimes, some kids get more allowances. Maybe they clean up more than the other kid. Maybe they get better grades than the other kid. We give preference to those people who are going to satisfy what we desire when we are in charge. But that's hypocritical. That's the epitome of hypocrisy. All right? It's hypocrisy. Like, do as I do, don't do what I say, or be fair, but then I'm not fair. And that's hypocrisy. So, yeah. So the coach may have these requirements. You know what's the biggest hypocrite? Southgate, for example, would say you have to be playing and have form for your team, and he played Maguire. He played Maguire all the time. But he said you have to be playing to be in the team, and then he plays Maguire. You're like, what the hell are you talking about? Really? Or you play Pickford, who may not be playing, but he play Pickford. So coaches have their preferences. If you play for the coach, you've been playing well, you don't let him down, he's going to play you. So Lambeki's over 20 games for Jamaica, and people want to dash him away for his Copa performance when everybody else was bad. Nobody's saying dash him away. But you know what? I had a coach once who told me this. Should I talk about it? Yeah. So not a coach. It was the manager for a team I used to play for. And we won the championship the year before. And the next time we come, the coach for our team, I hope he's not listening, he went to Jamaica on vacation. And when he came back, he was replaced. You know what the man said? He said, changes have to be made. We're at a different level. I didn't agree with the change, by the way. I think it was a bad change, but that's how people are. When things step up, when it gets more challenging, they're going to be, people who come from the championship, don't always have the same team that go to the Premier League, If they have money, look at Nottingham Forest. They're going to change team. Nottingham Forest spend over 300 million. They're going to change players. It's a business. Now, for the national team, it's a little bit different because they ain't really paying the players that much money. Yeah, Lee Young. I'm familiar with that, Lee Young, actually. Yeah, I'm familiar with that. But I know when his parents are Jamaican. But yeah, I'm familiar with that. Green was a picture of hypocrisy. Yeah, look. At the end of the day, people, coaches, I don't think coaches have to be that way sometimes, Meaning, don't say anything, right? I'm going to play the player who I believe satisfy what I'm trying to achieve. You know, have to say based on just form. Because then when they play and I get on game, then club team, how you will justify that? And they never really have to, actually. And reporters don't call them out on it sometimes. Right? They don't get called out. They should get called out sometimes. Because you can't say one thing and do something else. As long as you have it in for certain players, other players get more latitude. But I would say this, the leaders in the team, Blake, Lowe, Antonio, Bobby Reed, those are the leaders for the team. I'm sure Pinnock also probably contribute, but I'm sure there's a leadership group. And those four are part of that group. Southgate wasn't fair with Greenwood, had the same vibes for him, but was ostracized and became a blacker. That's a perfect example. Right? And Greenwood is and Sterling with the Foden and Sterling situation with him by a host fee matter. And Foden did the same thing, and Foden was lauded for how great he was, and Sterling was lauded as a young black man who spent money unwisely. Whatever. People do that, those nonsense. Yeah, but he now lead this team, Lee Young. He may be a leader, but in a background for this, he just come. Can't jump in a leadership rank, he just come. Jamaica cannot be as cutthroat or Polish shallow. McLaren has to rotate the players at the time. Tick-tock. As a coach, he might have 1 year, forget this. In fact, he might have a year left. He might have less than a year, forget this right. He has to pick who's best for the system, regardless of the implications of that. You can't be sentimental when you're in this job, because nobody's sentimental in firing the coach. If the coach not do well, all we have to fire him. We're not sentimental. When I said, McLaren spoke well, he had a great disposition. He was so great a person. We are saying, you know what? We need a new coach. Now get results. It's a results business. He has to have the latitude to pick the team that gives him the best outcome. All right? Definitely. So Merrick saying coaches don't always treat players. No, I understand before the game's utopian life and a utopian view. Maybe that's how he operates. But my view is that coaches have preferences. Coaches have latitude. The prodigal son used to not, hey, people. Let me tell you something. The prodigal son, that's why man Jamaica have fight. When he go to Jamaica, him stay him yard and stay at the hotel and him leave for training enough for wait upon him. And I tell you that right now. Prodigal son used to do them thing there. Him get preferential treatment. I would do the same thing and get banned to Siberia. Who was it? I forgot the name of the kid. He's playing overseas now. You do the same thing when you hear about him. Man disappear 5 years, I heard. Right? Prodigal son have people that call and beg him to come back. Nobody not call the other player. Can't remember the player name. But two of them skip curfew the last time. And Prodigal son skip curfew all the time. Regular occurrence. And the one time him get some penalization, I suppose penalization, him go in feelings. Right? So coaches up, and Grimmy was a perfect person by that. What Grimmy the Ireland, I'm not talking about Grimmy no more. No, we're not saying that before the game. We're not saying that. What we're saying is this: is that a coach, give me an example before the game. So you're Trevante Stewart, yes, Lee Young, thank you. Trevante Stewart, Ghana, Siberia. If you're a brilliant footballer before the game, and I'm an average footballer, which is probably reality, right? The coach will give you more latitude than give with me. That's a fact. He will give you more latitude than give me. That's a fact. That's life. And that's not unique to sports anyway. That happens. Parents have their kids. One is a brilliant student. One is so-so. I was like, get trouble. And people that get cussed out in the house, the one who so-so and get trouble. The special kid who the parent can say will be the future. Now I get no cuss out. I get a little bit of cuss out. And say, you know what, go study a book. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How you doing?
It's a brilliant day. You can't spoil it.
No, I ain't calling to spoil it.
I had a great weekend. Had a great event. It worked out brilliantly. So I'm in a good mood, people. None of them can spoil my mood. Before the game, how you doing? We haven't spoken a little bit. How you doing?
Yeah, I couldn't be better, actually. Just getting ready to go to practice.
Oh, you're going to practice?
Yeah, I go to practice.
You're not banned? Are you in a band? Are you going to run? Are you going to practice? You're going to run practice. There's a difference,
Well, people say going to training, but some people say there's train horses.
Yeah. You run practice. You run practice with the kids then. You not go practice. You go practice.
No, I not practicing.
Like you got a church. The pastor saying, "I got church." You might take care of congregation, right? Take care of congregation.
Right.
All right, good. We're on the same page.
So on that topic, I had to give you a couple of minutes. No coach is successful, and to Merrick as well in the stand. If you want to be successful, you're going to pick the best players. And he mentioned Pep, and that is why, as players are not behaving in the right way, they go out the door. Right? As long as they're not giving him what he needs, they go out the door. If you're a coach and you want to be successful, you have to pick players based on their ability, their performance, their attitude. Anytime you play, just think about if you have 5 favorites in a team, you have 4 favorites, and you are picking 4 players because they're your favorites, but you have 4 players that are better than them. What do you think is going to happen? You think you're going to win football matches?
No, say it again. Say it again. I'm confused.
Okay, so let's take it from the youth side. Let's say I, as a coach, have a relationship with, when I say relationship, a friendly relationship, normal relationship, right?
Right.
I am with parents with 4 kids in the team families. And I pick them because I have a relationship with the family and not because they deserve to be picked in the team because of their ability. You think I'm going to win a lot of football?
No. You're missing my point. No. Flip that. The 4 players, so you have 8 players. 4 are excellent and 4 are average or below average. Which players get more latitude? The below average one or the ones that were excellent?
As I said, as human beings, you treat everybody the same.
Right.
And when you say latitude, what do you mean? Describe that for me. Explain that. What do you mean latitude?
Let's not even go with it. Let's not go with any. Let's go with example. The prodigal son skip curfew all the time and get away with it. Skivante skip curfew one time and he's inside beer or someplace we can't find him in last. We're begging the prodigal son to come back. Nobody now beg Trevante Stewart to come back. In fact, nobody ever called Trevante Stewart. We never hear from him. Him last.
And I'm telling you that that's 100% wrong. Okay, because the rules are in place for everybody. And everybody's supposed to follow the rules. What I'm talking about is I'm not going to pick you, right? Sometimes because if the decision has been made, because you break the rules, you're not going to play or whatever the case may be, then that sends a message to every. And what was the outcome? Eventually, the environment get destroyed, right?
Yeah.
Right. Eventually, so those things, those behaviors aren't good behaviors. And if you're a leader of an environment, if you want players to perform, you have to hold everybody accountable and pick your team based on ability. There's no wiggle room there. You start dealing with favorites, 1 become 2, 2 become 3, and what is it based on?
Yeah, no, look, I mean, that's why Arteta got rid of Aubameyang, right? He didn't believe in giving special treatment. Yeah, that's why he got rid of him, because he wasn't operating like a captain should, meaning showing the right leadership.
Yeah, you don't do favorites and at no level, because you're going to be giving stuff away to people that they did not earn.
Yeah.
And speaking from a youth perspective, it's not going to help them in the long run, right?
Yeah, no, I would agree.
Right, and the environment was destroyed because that situation was not taken care of. You have to take care of that situation, and it doesn't matter who it is. So that's my 2 cents.
No, I appreciate it. I appreciate you having a utopian view of life. It's always good.
well, I wouldn't consider it utopian because I live it.
I understand, but I'm just telling you, hey, I'm telling you something. Every walk of life I know, every environment I know in, special people. I'm talking about special, I'm not talking about just one-off person. Special people with special skills get special disposition. Telling you. So, for example, I'm gonna give you an example. Suppose I'm a trader on Wall Street. I made a company $100 million a year, right? The next best person I made them $10 million. You don't think I get special disposition? Money talks. Money talks. Yeah, well, I'm telling you that. Money, because if I leave you, I'm gonna make somebody else $100 million a year. Money talks.
So if you're the leader, well, that's a different situation.
No, it's about special talent. So the player on the field is gonna let me win the game because they're that special. I'm gonna give them special disposition. It's what happens in life. I understand what you're saying. I understand yours is about how we should operate as human beings. I'm telling you, facts and circumstances are different in life a lot of times. Special people get special disposition.
You are saying that if if we take a player like Lionel Messi,
Oh, he gets special treatment 24/7. You don't hear some of these stories about Lionel Messi?
No, but you're not defining those things.
No,
What is special treatment?
but I'm
He
saying,
has a responsibility.
yeah.
He has a responsibility as a professional to follow the rules and not become a distraction in the environment.
No, we don't disagree with your utopia now. We don't disagree with your utopia now. We agree with your utopia. We agree with your utopia. We're not disagreeing. We are agreeing. I'm just saying that's not the real world sometimes.
When I speak to you later, I'll give you an example of yesterday that I don't
Hey, let me tell you something. Because Black Pearl has been in the news of late. Why do you think Simmons and Black Pearl had problems? Big problems.
Say it again?
When Black Pearl, Walter Boy used to play for Jamaica, and he used to have issue with the coach, right? For whatever reason are. People at Jamaica Black Road saying to play, even though him a problem picnic. He was a problem child.
That's a discipline thing, though.
But the point I'm making is even the crowd want to give him special disposition because they're saying he's too good. We would love to see him play. He has to be on the field. And the coach is saying, no, that's a different. He was really right. It's different. But I'm telling you, if he wasn't a special player, the crowd wouldn't care. Right? They wouldn't have blocked no road for him play. They wouldn't say he has to play because he's not special. He's a special player. Special player gets special disposition. That's life in general. You know that.
You got to define those words.
Special person, Donald Trump. Special people get special disposition.
Special disposition.
You can grab him at a private party and still can run for president. You can have a January 6th event, you still can run for president. Some people are just they're in a different place. I'm telling you, across all spectrum of life, that's how it works. And we can all have this utopian view that everything should be treated equal, and I agree with that. But you know what? That's not how life really is.
For clarity, as human beings, we gotta treat everybody the same.
Yes, we agree. We agree on that one. We should try to treat everyone the same. We should try to treat everyone the same. We actually should. It should be something that we focus on doing. Actually, it's unfair to treat people differently, but we don't.
When it comes to ability, there are. I'm not so sure what you mean when you say special treatment, but there are some things that, when it comes to the environment, if it's disruptive to the environment, no. I don't care how much ability you have.
Okay.
But if there are other things, how could you justify a player going on party the night before a game? I mean, how could you justify that to the rest of the team?
Here's the perfect example of special treatment. And some of you guys may be too young for this. Perfect example of special treatment. Dennis Rodman, playing with Chicago Bulls, with Michael Jordan, right? And Jackson as the coach. In the middle of practice one day, the man said, "Man, go Vegas. We're gonna blow up some steam." The coach allowed him to go to Las Vegas. You can go watch it. It's not made up. Let him go to Las Vegas, go 2 days. And I'm nervous about him going to Vegas and show him come back. Him go Vegas, go do what he do. And nobody has to be allowed that latitude apart from someone like him. He's a special talent. They got to make allowances for him. He's a maverick. That's what happens in life. That happened. They talk about this. Michael Jordan was talking about it the other day. Special players get special privileges afforded them. Happens.
Most environments would not survive that behavior.
No, I don't disagree with you now. I mean, I don't disagree with you in terms of after a while, if that continues, you'll have a breakdown. But I'm telling you, when certain people have certain skill sets, which are deemed to be a need versus a want, they afforded certain things, which is not fair, but they afforded certain things. That's not debatable.
We'll take that under advisement, but I know it has worked.
So I should be afforded special privilege on YouTube by the audience.
You should.
Special privilege. You should hit the like button 24/7 and subscribe 24/7.
And what's the name of the website that rates the YouTubers? The Jamaican.
I don't remember what it is, but you know what? I get honorable mention. I'm so proud of myself for being honorable mention.
Well, you
wait down the line. Wait on the line, people. Wait on the line, people. Wait, they have top 10. Wait up. Out of a team of about, let's say we have 14 YouTubers. So I didn't make the top 10. I'm in the bottom 4, and I have no idea where the bottom 4 end up. So I could be last. 14. I could be last in that 14. But I did see something come out the other day that was reading into it. I'm trying to, you know what? I should have saved it. I don't know what I did with it.
I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you. But you see what special treatment causes when you get special treatment, and then you lost. I think you lost the election in 2020, and you can't accept that you lost it. That's because you're accustomed to special treatment. So you call somebody in Atlanta and tell them find you the vote. You want the special treatment.
Exactly. No. But no. Here's the point I'm making about that though. Most people would have gone to jail for what happened January 6th, right? Most people have gone to jail.
Yeah.
In most countries, most people have gone to jail for a long period too. They wouldn't see the light of day again. He's been, they spin all sort of stuff. Anyway, we won't go into the politics, but the point I'm trying to make is that people, life is not always fair.
No, it isn't, for sure. For sure. But let me go and do my thing here.
All right, we'll talk.
All right, we'll talk.
Yeah.
Take it.
Yeah, no, RJ, unfortunately, I couldn't find Maggie in the system. Maggie's new name is Mitchell. I just had somebody who looked dark. By the way, people, I should mention something I want to mention before I close out. I was going to mention at the top of the show. I mentioned it. It has nothing to do with football. I saw this weekend where Jamaica's nemesis, Noah proposed to his girlfriend, Jeanette Bloomfield. And I hear a lot of people with a lot of different comments. Let me say this, people, talking about skin color and all this thing. The people who are doing this, you should stop showing your inferiority complex. Okay? It's not cool. Stop. This is Jamaica, bad mind. Stop showing your inferiority complex. When you start talking about people's skin color as if being black is not a good thing, then you just mouthing those things because you don't really believe it. And when nobody said this person is too white, why is the person too dark? What kind of crap is that? And you people are like that, you're despicable. You're annoying. You should just disappear. You're people who are contrary to your race and what we are supposed to be. Talk about the person, race is this and him too, them dark and this and that. And your view of what the person should be and who they are and what they look like has nothing to do with the person who value that person and who they are and love that person. Okay? You for disappear. You are the chronic person. You are the cancer. Go away. That's all I have to say about that. So ridiculous. People want to knock down their own race for whatever reason because they have been brainwashed. I have no time for you. And I'm happy for these people. I hope they live happily ever after. I had my say on that. I had on my list of things to talk about the inception of this discussion, and I didn't talk about it. I just hate those situations, people. But anyway, this is a team I'm picking. I'm going to close the program now, people. I'm back at later this evening before the game. I'm back before the game, people. I'm back before the game. Probably an hour, a little bit over an hour before the game. I'll come on and do a watch along. Yeah, Conrad. I mean, I don't know, man. As you get more seasoned in life, these things just like somebody put a needle and just stick you with it enough time. I just wonder with it, you know. When I was growing up, I got called some names sometime, which never make no sense to me. But I'll go into my book anyway. I write a book at some point. I write the book and put it in it. It didn't make any sense to me. And the more I get older and the more I hear these things, the more it's just disconcerting and frustrating, and it makes no sense. It make no sense, people. It make no sense. It's like you look in the mirror and call somebody as if it's a negative thing, right? You're promoting negativity for no reason. People don't live them life, them look like them happy. Just happy for them now. Just tell them, say, you know what? Hey, great that this happened. Because no Jamaican man now marry nobody either, including the horse anyway. So anyway, when I marry nobody, so no stop beat the people them. The man kind of thinks about the man, so use the woman and this. Him propose to the woman, big elaborate thing, fancy thing. No stop hate and love and say, you know what? Great thing, good luck, happily ever after, move on. When it comes to track and field, we can't have no rivalry, but after that, enough love. Right? Enough love. No, that's not for Jamaica. I'm not giving them enough money. What money that US? Yes, I agree that Danny cereal. And it's mainly the rich who has prospered in Danny cereal. The poor people, they must struggle. I have been married before, Juras. I gave it up. It was a challenging endeavor. No, actually, no. My ex-wife was a brilliant person. We get along brilliantly. I just have not gone on the path again. But one day I probably will. One day I probably will. I have to work. Go on that. Anyway, we're not talking about me. We're not talking about me. I got on that part there already. Do it. Not bad. anytime you and your ex them can get along well, that means you weren't a terrible person. That's all I'm have to say. I mean, I'll make ex them get along well. So people, we are closing the stream. I say this. Come join me this evening, Hit the like button before you go. Hit the subscribe button. I'm back this evening. We can talk about predictions, even though I shouldn't actually get a prediction because I'll not do a prediction Jamaica will win. I wouldn't even say I draw sometime. I love just the win thing. By the way, people, if you're in Jamaica, I know it's Monday, but please get to the game. Please get to the game. Okay? Please get to the game, people. The game is you hear what Damari Gray said, right? About the crowd. You hear what the quotes about the crowd. You hear about the hostility they had in Nicaragua and how the crowd is a 12 man. So you guys can help. Last call, people. I'm done after this. I'm going to take more call. I'm done after this. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Frankie. Yes? Oh, Lord. You have 5 minutes. If me know that you, I'm going to tell you about this evening.
No, I you know, I'm a subscriber to multiple channels, so there's no way I'm going to be able to be on all of the channels I subscribe to.
I'm taking it personally. If I don't see you on my channel, I'm taking it personally.
No, I will come on the channel and drop my like and introduce myself. That don't mean I will stay. I will do that. I will do that for the channels that I'm subscribed to that are streaming. So
let me tell you something. Get 4 devices. Get 2 phones. Your computer and iPad.
The days when I had 2 cell phones and a laptop are gone. I have not purchased back my laptop. It crashed, and I only have 1 phone now.
Okay.
So the people cannot say I am a rogue pastor because I have 2 phones anymore. I only have 1 phone. So,
okay.
Yeah.
You don't have a burner phone. Pass, you don't have a burner phone?
No, sir. I don't use burner phones. I am not involved in anything illegal or sinful.
Yeah.
So I don't need burner phones. I have 1 phone. Anyway.
Okay. So pass, you have 4 minutes left. Can I have to do something?
Yeah, okay, yeah. The Noah Lyles thing.
Yeah.
You're rebuking them, but you're not doing it right.
Tell me if we do it then.
No, you're not doing it right. You should damn them to hell to leave the people in private life alone. People in today's world are allowed to choose who they want to spend their life with, and no color disparity or ethnicity is supposed to be brought to bear in any conversation pertaining to these people's choice who they're going to be with, as long as it is in keeping with the biblical prescription. End of story.
Yeah.
The only contention most people still continue to have, or should be allowed to continue to have, is because of the Jamaica-USA rivalry. And there have been athletes in the past from both countries who have had relationships. I don't know that they still continue in those relationships, but I know of 3. I won't call anybody's name because since they never publicly come out and say it like how Noah Lyles and Mr. Bloomfield has put theirs out in the public, I will leave it at that. People just need to leave people to live their lives and keep your destructive thoughts to yourself. Okay, on the matter of our team for the game today, I heard you breaking down and doing all sorts of jumping around with the team.
Yeah.
I never ever try to pick the team that the coach is going to pick.
Okay.
Because I know that only the good Lord has the ability to read minds. But if you want to say based on pattern and based on what the coach has said, you can feel free to go ahead and do that. I won't join you. I just think that all of us need to understand the need for Jamaica to pick our best team. And if all our players are fit and ready to go. The coach did allude to the fact that he expects to have everybody fit. So Mikel Antonio should be feeling okay, and Palmer. And if we have our best players, I believe, despite the players you like or love, or the player you choose, whose church you are in, there comes a time when we need to be sensible. And I believe all of us should want Jamaica to win, because if we don't win this game, the next round, our first match is against the United States of America. I wouldn't want to play United States of America unless I must, before getting deeper into the competition. So I think we should go out there with our very best possible team to get the job done.
So what in my team doesn't suggest the best possible team? Who are you missing? Who am I missing?
How you were selecting the team, you were selecting some people over and against others not being fit or in that respect.
No. This team is based on the team that I think should be on the field.
Okay.
No. Let me not say that. I would probably replace Gray with Limbakisa, but that's the only change I probably would make. So this is what I think the coach is going to pick, but I would probably replace Gray with Limbakisa. But you know what?
Yeah, but but that's what I'm saying. You were picking the team that you think the coach will pick.
Yes.
I'm saying I would go. I don't normally do that. I normally operate within a different space.
Right.
I'm not in the coach's mind, and I don't want to be in the coach's mind. So I put my preferred 11 at all times out there, and the coach has the latitude. He's the one getting paid to pick whichever team because he needs to get the job done.
Yeah.
So the coach has the latitude to pick his team. But with all due respect, I don't think you realize that the reason Latibodio Lembakisa didn't play is that Lembakisa, the reason he had such a bad game, the last game that he had a bad game, which wasn't so bad, is that he was struggling seriously, is because he got an injury. So he wasn't at his best because physically he wasn't at his best. I don't think Lembakisa, the quality that he is, as young as he is going to have bad games back to back. The good players or better players tend to pick themselves up. They assess themselves where they went wrong and are able to pick themselves up and do the job that they didn't do in the match that you would probably consider that they didn't do as well as the standard that they have set. In the pre-match press conference, the coach literally set up Demarai Gray in that he pointed on him and said, he has to win us the match. So I'm expecting Demarai Gray to come on the field and show the opponents I'm in the office.
So it's a pressure one bus pipe?
You leave it on the play field. If it bust pipe, it bust pipe. That's how we play the sport.
Okay.
When you get to a certain level.
Okay.
You leave it all on the field. You don't get tired whilst you're on the field. You get rest when you die. That's how the game is played. And all the patchwork that's needed when the match is done, we'll get that done. But Jamaica needs to win tonight and win by 2 or more goals. So, and Demarai Gray was in the pre-match press conference, and I him the coach point on. So, Mr. Gray, come out and shock the world. That's it.
All right, so I appreciate the call.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Have a good evening. By the way, if I don't see you on my chat, then I know where your loyalties lie.
Said the channels that I am subscribed to that are doing watch along or whatever you call your stream during that time for the game, I normally check in.
Okay.
After I touch the like button.
Okay, good. That's hey people, you see that? Perfect example of how this operates. You come in, you hit the like button, you check in. You can leave, but we prefer you to stay, but you can leave and then you come back.
So
I appreciate that part.
Maybe 3-5 minutes. I'll stay to hear what you're going for the support of you having an audience watching. I do that.
Okay.
And I do that all the time. That's
right.
not that I plan to do it. I do it all the time. That's how I operate with the channel.
All right, sir. I appreciate the support.
Yes, sir.
All right, Pastor. Have a good evening.
Same to you.
All right, bye. All right, people. We'll close this down. And I'll say this. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you being here. We'll be back in about a couple hours. Well, what's it now? Almost 5 o'clock Jamaica time, 5 US time, 4 Jamaica time. I'll be back here before the game start. Put it that way there. I'll drop the link in a little bit. Now I'm not say the pastor. I'm try to get pastor's commitment. Let's see if I don't know what Grave has tried, but must try upon no goal scoring. So I must try upon right nowadays. And if you put you something assist or some goal, we'd love that. But you know what, people? Before I go, just want to say this. I appreciate everyone is here. It was a little bit impromptu because I didn't have a show last night for a preview. But I welcome everyone who has passed through and stopped, had comments, even if you're silent in the chat. Appreciate you being here. If you haven't hit the like button, please do so. If you haven't subscribed, please do so also. We'll be back for tonight's game, and then we'll also do a post game since I don't have to go to work tomorrow. All right, everyone. So you know what? I'm gonna play my outer song. I may not play it tonight because tonight go. So if you play me outer song and then sooner later. Peace out. Frankie Life is the best to be now. For the best sports talk and it's free, yo. Frankie Life will be your guiding light by keeping you informed both day and night. Frankie Life, tell them. Frankie Life, heed them. Frankie Life, want them. Frankie Life. From the courts to the field, we'll never lose because Cranky has the hottest news. With expert analysis, we break it down. Our in-depth coverage is best in town. Cranky Life, tell them. Cranky Life, heed them. Cranky Life, want them. Cranky Life. Cranky Life where the sports is spicy and where we keep the discussion lively. Cranky Life, get to know the name because Cranky analysis is never lame. Cranky Life, give me my Cranky Life. I want my Cranky Life. Must have my Cranky Life. Whether it's football or track and field, Cranky is at the wheel. So join the journey through victory and defeat and subscribe and don't miss a beat of Cranky Life. Tell them, Cranky Life. Heed them, Cranky Life. Want them, Cranky Life. If you're from England or USA, from Kingston or Bombay, from Kenya or Canada, Lagos or Havana, visit Cranky Life. Tune into Cranky Life. Like up Cranky Life. Subscribe to Cranky Life. Cranky Life coming to you on weekdays. Cranky Life sometimes on Sundays. Pull up a chair and take a seat because Cranky will always bring the heat. Cranky Life. Me say fi tell them Cranky Life. Me say fi heed them Cranky Life. On them Cranky Life. Cranky Life will be around. Cranky Life is the best in town. Me say fi heed them. Me say fi want them. Me say fi heed them. Want them, heed them, want them. Cranky Life. Cranky Life. Heed them. Want them. Heed them. Want them. Cranky Life. Cranky Life. Heed them. Want them. Heed them. Want them. Heed them. Want them. Cranky Life. Cranky Life. Cranky. Heed them. Want them. Heed them. Want them. Heed. Want. Heed. Want. Heed them.